Hello. Hello. Oh my fucking god, it's sorry, I'll lower my mic a bit. It's Microsoft update. Bloody hells. Again and again, every time it updates, it actually detaches my mic from OBS. It's quite ridiculous, honestly. God damn it, every fucking time. And the thing is, like, it updates at night, so I never remember to like update it on OBS and stuff. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Deep Blue. Sorry about that. Good to have you guys back, and thank you for queuing outside so patiently and waiting to get into the deepest of blues. I am Noira, the sea fox who sells escapism and daydreams, and it's always lovely to see your familiar faces back here at this establishment. How are you guys doing today? Micros suck upgrades. Tell me about it. I hate it too. I hate it. And the thing is, like, I use this application to kind of help with noise cancelling and stuff like that, right? And like reducing the noise to my mic. It gets reset every time there's a Microsoft update as well. So it's annoying, but hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Did I see your artwork? Yes, I did. I retweeted it on YouTube. I retweeted it on Twitter. Thank you for doing that, Decatonics. I've been wanting to like kind of just, you know, we have an art channel on Discord, right? What I want to do is actually post everything there, but I forget. So please remind me if I haven't. I'll probably do it tomorrow or something. How you guys doing today? Dodging Windows 11 updates and working overtime. Oh, Peter, good to see you, mate. Hello, project manager guy. A lot of projects down the line right now. I have been so fucking busy too, so I can relate to that. Ever since Monday, I've been so busy because I've been so productive. I realized just how much backlog I've been kind of just leaving, and I procrastinated a lot back then. So I have a lot of like unpacked backlog, and I've been trying to clear that since Monday. So it's just, I don't know, every day feels like it just keeps snowballing, you know. But hey, it's great. It's nice. I was tempted to skip gym this morning, but then thought of you saying skill issue. Immediately jumped out of bed and did upper body. Grats. Yes, you beat your skill issue. Hi, is this a cult that's not a cult? Yes, we are not a cult. Wait. How the fuck do I answer that properly? We're not a cult. Like, we're not a cult, we're not a cult. Not like a cult, but we're not a cult. No. We're not a cult and we're not a cult. To my guild got wrecked by Ghost Warlock. What's a Ghost Warlock? Too many projects I'm working on expanding the family business. Speaking of, who do I contact for business propositions? What business you proposing, huh? And if I may ask, what's your family business industry in? If I may ask, of course. Please don't dox yourself or anything. But I'm just curious. By the way, Today, I have some wine with me. I have some wine. But I don't have, I realized today that I don't have a wine glass because, well, I think up till now I've always drank wine like outside of home. And the only wine I drank at home was like, was it white wine? The Pinot Gris. That's the only one I had at home. And I drank that in a cup. It's like white wine, whatever. But like right now I'm drinking a Chianti. And like I have no wine glasses. So I'm drinking it in a cup. And I'm like, oh my God. Why does it only take until today where I want to open a bottle of wine that I realize that I have no wine glasses at home? God damn it. Merch business, my dear. We make merch stuff for people, bands and companies. Hey, so merchandising. Production? Merchandising, production and printing, stuff like that then? That whole parallel? Ghost Build Warlock, the one with white in prison bullshit. Ah, that one. I do not partake in such things anymore. Wait, what's the activity right now? It's Assassin's Creed? My bad. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Wine and talks. Oh my God, that means... Oh, good Lord. A lot of people didn't get the notification then that I'm doing a free talk today. God damn it. I'm so sorry. Thanks for telling me. Anyway, by the way, guys, let me like quickly greet you guys, hey, before we actually start. Let me greet you guys. I see that on YouTube, the one that I see who's chatting first is Zoe and Mythos, actually. So two of y'all. And then Kyle is the first to chat on Twitch side, followed up by Akazin, the second. Not bad, but you could do better. Sheena is the third, Salt is the fourth, and Licht is the fifth. Congrats to the top 5. And damn, Kyle is on a streak right now, huh? On a streak of being the first. And hello, Sven. Recently spent over $20 on cat treats. At least the kitties enjoy it. Hey, quality of life, right? Sometimes it's not about just the monetary value of things. Sometimes you gotta think of the quality of life things. Sure, some things might be cheaper, but at the end of the day, what quality of life value does it provide you? It's important. It's something you learn once you have a little bit more financial freedom. And as you grow older, you'll realize that, hey, I'm gonna pay for the app that actually needs you to pay versus use a free one, because it's much less of a hassle. You pay for that stuff as you age. Are! Sheena Mashiro, Sheena. Thank you for being a loyal titling on YouTube for 10 months. I don't know where my notifications are. Oh, I haven't updated one of my applications. That's probably why it's not appearing. So I'm sorry if I miss any notifications. Please hit me up if I miss any notifications. Thank you, Sheena, for being 10 months a titling. Let me continue greeting everyone here. I see Jason. I see Math. What's up? And I'm just gonna quickly skim. Decatonics. And Peter, of course. And Ryan, welcome. Tetsuyuki. Sly Maverick, welcome back. Irashai. And CJ Deadpool, our janitor. And who else do I see here? Oh, that's it. I think a lot of people didn't come over because they thought it was an Assassin's Creed Shadows stream. Oh, Callens, welcome, welcome. And Chalang Liar. Hi, Ghost of Mid, good to have you here. Dip Shadid, welcome back. Welcome back. Did I miss anyone? Fahan, and I think that's it. Oh, Tiny is here too. Moon Nero is here. Okay, I think that's it. If I keep it going, I'm gonna miss out a lot of card chat. Oracle, thank you. Is that a new titling? Welcome, newest titling. Thank you for becoming a member. Hold on, why can't I expand YouTube chat? What the fuck? Okay. Oracle, thank you for being our newest titling. Could you get a very warm welcome, please, for Oracle on YouTube side? One of us indeed, one of us. Thank you, thank you. I hope you don't enjoy a moment here at the Deep Blue. Do you mean CJ Deadpool is a janitor? Yeah, just CJ Deadpool is Deep Blue's janitor now. He's the one who cleans up my spilled drinks. And to you, newest titling, I shall drink a sip of my Chianti. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Cheers. It's not whiskey today, it's wine. I chilled the Chianti too, so it's quite good. That's nice. Anyway, did you guys see on Discord? I made a new channel because we know that currently the Deep Blue Discord, or Deep Blue in general, is quite growing. And then like the pace of conversations on Discord is getting quite fast. So I figured it might be a good thing to kind of just add a new channel where it can be a little bit more slow paced, more intentional and intentional conversations, discussions and stuff like that. So we added that. So hey, if you'd like to maybe dip yourself into live talks and discussions, and as we would call it back then, D&M, deep and meaningful talks, you can, but do it with good vibes, hey? You can do that now on Discord. Are we going to do the ceremony from Finding Nemo now? Like from the dentist to water tech? We're not a cult, so we don't have any ceremonies, mind you, yet. So no, the only thing we have is one of us. I do night some of my titlings though, but other than that, we don't really have ceremony stuff. I really have to get onto the Discord. Why don't you? It's like a step away. It's in the YouTube description. Hi there, Nijiri. I'm good. How are you? I'm happy that I can be here and just chill and wind down with you guys. Well, some of you guys, it's like in the morning, right? But for me, it's kind of late at night. So it's nice to kind of wind down after quite a long day of, junk shop work at the Deep Blue and just being able to have a glass of wine. It's nice. You're great too. Nice to hear. One of us, shark bait. Hold on, I wanna sit down. Let me sit down and chill with you guys. See Noira's time on displaying chat, guys. Oh, you're right. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that, dude. What the hell? I'm happy you pointed that out. I really never noticed. Damn, yeah, yes, that is my local time. Hello, weird name. Miss LaFreak is here. I can see that. What do you mean bandages are ripping apart? My bandages are fine, okay? I'm pretty sure I have lived long enough to see my bandages be good. I know how to change them and stuff like that. But anyway, so now that it's like towards the end of the week, you guys got any stories for me? Or like some interesting things, some interesting observations throughout the week? For me, I had quite a many because I had a lot of, very interesting observations, very interesting perspectives, because I feel like I unlocked a part of me that was never there before because I went to a psychologist. So obviously I do have a lot of stories, which I partially yapped yesterday or the day before. So instead, I want to hear you guys a story first. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll drink some water. What's your wine, Chianti? Classico Reserve. Oh wait, I wanted to show you guys a picture of my wine. Hold on. Let me get it. My phone's outside. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Hold on. I got it. Would you be scared if like I was outside, but then my model started moving? Would you be scared? Oh shit, sorry. I can't do redeems right now because I'm on a different application. So I'm gonna refund that to you guys, and let me just deactivate that real quick. That's why I always deactivate these things when I do this sort of aesthetic, because it doesn't really let me show the emotes. Okay? Yeah. Amazing model, I thank you. Why don't you stay a while? We're chill chats and we talk about life here, and sometimes neuropsychology, and then we go into a whole spiral of just talking about life. And there's a lot to talk about life, and talking about life is like talking about love. My dad once told me that, love is one of the most there's a reason why love is talked about the most in the world of music. Like, a lot of people make songs about love because, it is the most indescribable feeling and everyone has different experiences with it. So that's why there are so many accounts and songs and lyrics about love. Same thing about life. And everything's, everyone looks at life differently, right? Life into random topics into more life. Exactly. Wait, I was gonna show you guys my wine. I'll pop it on Discord. Are? Wait, the fuck? Hold on. Did someone buy me wine glasses? I just saw. What the hell? Jason BBR, thank you for getting me my wine glasses. What the heck? What the fuck? Jason BBR, thank you so much for funding my my wine habits. Thank you. You bought me wine glasses. Thank you for real. You guys are so fucking speedy on that shit. I can't believe it. Thank you. The next time we stream, I won't be just using a cup. I'll be using proper wine glasses. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much, Jason, for sponsoring so much for the Deep Blue. I'm gonna put my... There. That's what I'm having. I put it in share food. Because why not, right? Damn, my hand looks muscular. But yeah, it's a heavy bottle, okay? One of the best things my psychologist suggested me is to start journaling. And boy, I'm journaling for years now. That's why I'm capable to speak up with the deep stuff. Exactly. But the thing is with journaling, right? Sometimes I feel like, this is from my personal experience, I feel like journaling, if you don't know what to talk about, it's kind of hard. It's like the same thing of how sometimes you feel certain things, but you don't know how to communicate it to other people. Sometimes you also have that sort of feeling when you journal. So when you do journal, you also need to be to know how to journal better, I guess, in a sort of sense. Tempted to clear again? No, please prioritize your own needs first. You don't have to clear it because there's literally nothing else on the throne. There's only like the Deep Blue's electricity bill, which I actually put there as a placeholder because I was like, I don't think my throat should be empty because I have like stuff like links, auto messages in chat to link to the throne. So I'm like, I should at least put something there. So yes, the only thing that's on throne right now is Deep Blue's electricity bill. So don't worry about it. I already really very much appreciate it. You guys have been so generous and nice to me. And also, wait, talking about that, since Jason, you also sponsored the Assassin's Creed Shadows. How many of you guys watched it yesterday, and what did you guys think of Assassin's Creed Shadows? I just read you a wine bottle Chianti as Chatini. Wow, he's cooked, guys. Ryan is cooked. Yeah, electrical bills, dude. Hi there, Eakin and Biggs. Is that... Why? Why do you gotta acronym your name like that, dude? Why you gotta do that? Looks good so far. It reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Are! Man, super chat, arigato. Thank you for the super chat. Electrical bill funds. I'm sure CAD is still high value. Yes, it is. Anything is high value compared to my local currency. Trust. Thank you for contributing to my electricity bill fund. Thank you. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. What? Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed. It wasn't mind-blowingly good. It didn't give me like the same rush as when I first played Assassin's Creed Unity, I feel like. Dub Prime, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. But it's not bad. You know, it's not bad. But also, I wish it was better. You know, I was ticked off with some things. Obviously, we saw from my stream yesterday. But it's pretty. There are some things I like about it. The combat feels very unrewarding, but maybe it might be different once I turn on the one-hit assassination. The combat and the killing feels very unrewarding. It might be a me thing, coming from like Assassin's Creed Unity, where you can just one-hit everyone, and combat was relatively more hard-hitting, I guess, if you put it that way. Like, hits actually hurt more. With Naue, the hits felt very light. But hey, I might also just not be used to the controls. Sorry, I missed chat, so let me go through it now. Would not have made it into AC. I'm generally not a huge fan of Ubisoft games, but when you have fun playing it, go for it. I mean, that's the thing. The certain parts are fun, but also I feel like it's very slow paced. Streaming AC Shadows, hard skip. I can't stand that horror show. Yeah, I honestly think right now, Assassin's Creed Unity was better. I started with some nonsense, like I was just explaining myself how my day went. Then I started to talk about stuff that bothers me and what can I do. about that and one record after another. Yeah, generally that's how you journal. That's also how I generally journal, but it's also nice to kind of have a template in a sort of sense. For example, when you do journal, which I do highly recommend, guys, you don't even have to journal every day, but there is some merit to journaling. It gives you like a dedicated moment of reflection. But when you do journal, if you have a hard time doing it, then prepare a set of questions as your template. For example, the easy thing is that, okay, what's one thing you want to honor about your day? Meaning, it doesn't have to be good or bad, but just honor one thing in your day. And then you jot down 3 things that happened in the day. It doesn't have to be good or bad. It could be totally neutral. Like, oh, I saw a cat. It was very cute. You could jot that down. So that's how I think that's an easy way to start journaling. And then it very much gets easier once you ease into it. Kind of like change on the parry mechanic is more of a timing thing than a button press. Yeah, the parry is fine. It's more like the hits don't feel satisfying. It's that because I downloaded on 1 terabyte HDD rather than SSD, the cutscenes sometimes lag. Yeah. I always put all my games on SSD, especially if I'm using it for stream. Is it true that your character doesn't move starting from waist down? And Noira, the fox, needs wheelchair? Where are you getting this information? But yes, if you want an immersion break, I only rigged my VTuber model half body because it's expensive, right? Being a VTuber is so expensive. So, being the wise and smart sea fox that I am, I thought that, hey, I think let's start small. So let's start small. This is my first model after all. Let's start small. And then when we do actually gain some traction, we can improve on it later. And that's why we're having the 2.0 model, guys. Made me play Ghost for a bit. I do really want to play Ghost of Tsushima. Maybe one day, guys. Maybe one day. I've tried journaling many times and it seems very pointless. I don't feel anything out of it. What is your experience? How does journaling help you feel something specific? So, with journaling, like I said, usually it feels pointless when you don't know what your objective for journaling is and you don't know like the direction you're going in. That's generally how it is for everything that feels pointless, right? So the objective of the journaling, it really depends on what you're trying to do. But for me, for example, recently I've been feeling very much more fired up with journaling because my psychologist advised that I should not reflect, but observe what it is I'm thinking about and what it is I feel when I do certain things. And then, because once you have that sort of awareness, you can start working on what you can do about it, right? So a lot of my journaling lately has been like that. The direction is very like, how did I feel today when I did this? I felt like yada yada. It's more like documentation. And then whilst journaling, I would be like questioning myself. Is that like, what can I do about this? Do I particularly like it when I feel this way? Like, why do I even feel this way in the first place? The general goal of journaling would be, I think, self-reflection, because that's something we don't really get often in our day-to-day. Journaling kind of helps that. But of course, if you feel like it's pointless, then I think you just need to find a goal for your journaling first. Because I'm much better at journaling when I'm having very complex, complicated feelings that I want to explore, and then I jot it all down into the journal. I just write fire, you know? You know that gif where they're just writing fire on a book? Yeah. I write long ass essays when I'm having complex feelings just to unpack it on paper. I haven't played, wait, I missed chat, sorry. I might try making a 3D model once 2.0 hits. I think if you want to make a model, making a model of titlings is the easiest thing compared to like making a humanoid model, right? I haven't played Unity yet, but I think AC Unity is the best game in the series. It provides best experience of being an assassin. There's a lot of options of sort of stealth kills. Yeah, I mean, sure it gets buggy sometimes, but it's super fun. And I think that's important. The soul marks pop up like the Green Lantern symbols if you wear an armor or something similar. Nope. No, it won't. It's just they're used for like some minimal spell casting because I'm not a mage. They only glow when I use them. They mostly glow. They glow more when I use them. I don't expect anyone to ask about my lore. Don't ask me too much about my lore. There's a lot I haven't figured out. All you gotta know is that I've been alive for a decent amount of time. Other than that, you don't really need to know much, okay? All you gotta know is that the wisdom I have here is because I've lived my years, alright? Love Noira would translate to a 3D model pretty good. Yeah, actually, I think someone did actually try that previously to make a 3D version of Blob yours truly a while back, yeah. Don't ask my lore, I'm old as shit and I forgot. Yeah, true, translated from my words. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But anyway, I was like asking what y'all's is. Do you guys have any interesting stories or any interesting observations throughout the week? Tell me about them. Because if I delve into my own stuff, obviously it's gonna be a long ass but like, tell me what it is from you guys' perspective. Because I think I missed it. I might have missed it. Oh my god, County is so good. It's been forever. Well, not really. I had it 2 weeks ago. But it's nice to drink it at home. One of the reasons I actually stopped drinking wine because like every time I opened a bottle of wine, I would end up downing the whole bottle. I had that phase. It was not a good phase. So that was like, I stopped drinking wine when I realized that it was a recurring thing, to actually just stop myself from doing it at all. So I only drink outside with friends or when I'm like sharing with friends. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll drink some water. And you know what? Thankfully, I also got sponsored liver support vitamins, meaning I should be able to take hangovers better. I love when you yap, Noira. Thank you. That's why it worries me sometimes, you know, when I play games where I don't really get to yap as much because I'm focusing, like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm worried that my viewers might plummet and people tune out because they're like, oh, Noira's not yapping. I have these thoughts sometimes. Journal entries are pretty much 2 or 3 statements. Woke up, had steak, dinner, shaved, slept. Now, I noticed that I think with a lot of guys, this is mostly from my personal observations, but guys don't really have a sort of, they don't really build an awareness towards their emotional states and feelings. I think at least for my female friends and the females I have encountered, they're more in touch with their feelings in a sense that they're more aware that they feel certain things, although they might not be aware what to do with those feelings. So they know that they feel angry, jealous, yada yada, but they don't particularly have the wisdom or experience just yet to kind of figure out what to do with those, or even realize that you can do something about it. But for guys, I feel like a lot of guys actually just don't even realize they have feelings, because everyone has feelings, dude. It's just a matter of being aware of them or not. My headcanon is that Noira was a normal human. She got those series. I'm not a normal human. How the fuck am I supposed to be alive for so long if I was a normal human? Do that with vodka. A bottle of vodka is fucking crazy, mate. Is your liver okay? Me with writing with fire in share media. I've been grinding C++ and Blender in my free time lately. Nice. Are you enjoying it? Is that an old hobby or is it a new hobby that you recently picked up? I think there's a word for that, maybe, possibly. Yeah, being an alcoholic. That's why I stopped. I realized I was kind of going into the valley of alcoholism. So I stopped myself. Did journaling or maybe write diary a while back and it personally felt good inside. Like reflect how far I've gone and wrote down my upcoming goals. Yeah, it's a really nice, I feel like journaling gives a very good opportunity to reflect and also ground yourself and calibrate and be like, okay, this is where I am now. And sometimes if you're lucky, you can think of what you're going to do next. So it's like reflecting on the past, grounding yourself for the present, and then mayhaps think of the future. That's what I feel like journaling does for me. Spoke to so many random people this week at work. A guy who brought a Russian hockey team during the Cold War. Some other guy who apparently did some of everything from US Marines to a record label and a trucking company. Wait, what do you do for work if you're okay to answer that? Please don't dox yourself. But I do feel like the line of work, usually when it comes, it's usually like F&B. I love lines of work where you get a lot of opportunities to just interact with people or talk with new people or make conversation with people, like when you're a bartender or a barista. I love that, although honestly customer service can be shit. But I think for me personally, the chances that you can have interesting stories and conversations kind of outweighs the horrible unlucky times that you get at Karen, for example. Pizza! Super chat, arigato! Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Cheers with my whiskey glass to your wine glass, Noira. Check the Discord to see what I'm drinking. I replied to your wine bottle. Let me check. Also, cheers! Kanpai. Let me check. What are you drinking? Oh, ooh. Scotch whiskey. How's that? That looks good. Is it more on the spicy side? Spicy and smoky side of things? Dude, I'm missing out on so much chat. Oh my god, I'm so slow in reading chat. I'm sorry if I missed some chat. I'm gonna quickly go through it right now. This week I remind myself that weight loss is best done by exercising, sleeping well, and eating healthy, not just going the whole day without food. Exactly. You know, 80% of weight loss is actually changing the way you eat and changing what you eat. So not just exercising. Exercising usually shocks your body into weight loss and losing a decent amount of calories, yes. But the most consistent and sustained way of losing weight is actually to change what you eat. Just like opt for stuff with like lower calories, for example, and then you'll see some changes. It's all about calories deficit, right? Hold on. Greetings, Noira. I started writing in my book of plans and propositions. Also, I enjoyed listening to the theme of Lupin the Third Part 1. Yes, I have been also enjoying the week very much with classical music, so I can understand. Wait, Lupin the Third? That's not classical music. Is that anime? Oh yeah, it's a detective anime. Why did I think it was classical music? The hell? Nice. I'm curious, Ethan, how do you write in your book of plans and propositions? Interesting that you have such a book. A really good head on shoulders, but that doesn't translate to action for everyone. You're awesome for having the foresight and discipline to not let it drown you. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I can only speak for myself after all. I can't expect everyone to do something like that. I mean, I think compared to everyone, I also managed to stop smoking relatively easy compared to a lot of people. And even with drinking, even with drinking, I managed to tone down drinking quite a lot, quite fast. So I'm quite thankful that I'm like that, I guess. We work with individuals all over US, so we end up with all sorts of stories. That's fun, dude. That's mad fun. Basically studied being an indie developer, and while I do have a job in the industry, it's not one I want to stay in, so I have to improve my skills. I see. It's always good to always have your eggs in other baskets, and also plus points if you happen to enjoy it. So yes, I'm supporting all that. It reminds me, recently 2 of my normie colleagues admitted they initially thought I was your stereotypical unhygienic weeb, but over the months saw me breaking the classic perception of weebs. And isn't that the best feeling, Ghost of Mint? Just because someone perceives you a certain way, nothing is stopping you from changing what they think about you. And the thing is, like, you can only start doing that by changing the things that are within your control. For example, if you want them to perceive you as more charismatic and say attractive, then yeah, maybe start fixing what you can fix. For example, if you think your weight might be a problem, you can start going with your weight. If you don't like that you don't have muscles, then start lifting weights. If you don't like how your hair looks, then try to learn how to style your hair, or like learn what makes a good hairstylist. There are, I think, a lot of people sometimes, just because they're not positive enough, or they think that they have no hope, they don't realize or even try to even figure out if there are solutions to their problems. Most of the times there is. Most of the times. I can't really give a percentage confidently, but I would say that a lot of the problems I have gone through in my life, all of them have had solutions. It's just a matter of whether you can tackle them or not. Omni never answered our letter, so I never got to talk to him. Have a good one, Crown. Smoky and smooth. I love Katu. It's good stuff. Ooh, nice. I haven't had, like, I think I usually only indulge in Japanese whiskey lately, so I haven't really had other brands except for Singleton is decent. I've had Singleton. It's one of the decent whiskeys on the cheaper sides to drink when you're partying. Not particularly cheap though, by the way. It's still expensive, but it's more the, you know, it's one of the more general party drinks to have. Doing both is strong combo, plus the body burns calories for simple things too. Oh yeah, there you go. For me, eating is even more important because I need to gain weight, so I did quite some research on the stuff that I consume, and I still didn't gain much weight, but it definitely started to feel much better daily. Dude, bulking is so hard for a lot of people, because I know some people are like genetically skinny, like you don't really gain much weight. I've heard some people have to had to like eat 7 times a day, and I can imagine at that point when you just start, it feels like torture. So unfortunately, I can't relate to that, because I've never really thought of bulking. I guess it doesn't really happen with women, you know, you're not trying to build muscle or anything, but yeah, I've heard stories about how difficult it is to eat more when we use it as a diary. However, it's more like a planning thing for me. I'm just not a party scenario and have enough months where you... Good to hear. Good to hear, Spilled Milk. Can change your life only step by step. Take it slow, mates. Don't rush things. It will only make you slower. Yeah, because if you don't balance shit out, it's not about a matter of just making the change and taking the first step. It's a matter of consistency and sustaining it. Like, sure, you can be happy for a few days or a few weeks of keeping it up, but like at the end of the day, it's a matter of consistency. People underestimate the power of small changes over a long period of time, and then overestimate when you actually do a big change over a short period of time. So, yeah, as you grow older, you will realize these things. Do you listen to Lana Del Rey's songs? I do listen to Lana Del Rey. Irashai, Cold Rolled Steel. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. If you need to bulk, check your vitamins. A simple deficiency can stop you from gaining muscle mass. Then it's proteins, meat, and slow carbs, but a lot of carbs. Yeah, bulking is partially easy. The hard part is keeping muscular structure. I may not be muscular, but I'm quite strong. I don't really know much of the details about bulking. I've just heard about like the stories of how difficult it is for some people to eat more. But yeah, I think you guys would know more on this topic. Hi there, Shu. Welcome back. I thought the stream would start at 23:30. What time is it now in Japan? Let me drink some more. So talking about planning, right? Since Ethan mentioned his book of planning. Recently, I have also been doing daily planning, which is something that I never could do consistently for the many years that I have been awake. But for this whole week, ever since something clicked in me, daily planning made sense. Because for you guys who don't know, with ADD, I think one of the horrible things is that you don't really have visibility towards your day. You wake up and you forget everything. That's how it was for me, at least. Like, I wake up and it's a blank slate. I think I've mentioned this a few times, and it's only recently that I realized it's ADD. And sometimes you don't really have motivation, or like you don't feel like you have a purpose of doing anything because like you don't have a direction. And yeah, time blindness and everything like that. So that has made me have difficulty waking up and following through days. So recently a change I made was I started planning my days, like literally daily planning. I would plan it on the day off, but also if I have unfinished stuff, I would like carry it over to the next day so that it's easier for me to build the next day too. And it has been working so well. And when I don't remember what it is I can do, I have like a list of items, a list of tasks or things, a backlog, or like just routine things like washing the dishes or like doing laundry and stuff like that. For when I do forget, I can refer to that list and just add on to my schedule. And then I put everything that I'm supposed to do for the day into time blocks. Oh my god, it's been working like a wonder. I hope I get to properly share it with you guys one day. Because I don't know, I feel like since it worked for me, mayhaps it might work for other people. Creating routines, that's the thing. I can't really do routines, to be honest. I've been trying like so many times to do routines, but I just can't. So, but this process, which is not particularly routine, it's more like building your day, has worked really well for me. Yeah. But TLDR, if I were to explain my process, basically I have my building blocks, which is categorized into a few things. I noticed recently that I think I haven't been as happy as I used to be because I haven't been hitting my core values much. If you guys haven't figured out your core values, I do have a video on that. Oh my god, I sound like a therapist. I'm really not, guys. Everything I put out on, everything I say in stream and everything I put out on YouTube is obviously my personal experience. I'm no professional. But like I have building blocks that relate to my core values. For example, connection. Then I have some tasks in there where it's like, okay, plan a social event or plan a dinner party, go call a friend or go call family. That's under connection. And like under curiosity, under curiosity, I have read a chapter in a day and stuff like that. So basically I list items that I could do in the day that relates to my core values. And then I list other stuff that's related to work, and then other stuff that's related to my living space, wellness. What other stuff were there? Let me check. Let me just pop up the list right now so I can just tell you guys what the list contains. Fingers crossed one day I get to build an app out of it, but like for now I'll probably just make a video out of it or something. So I have my blocks categories include my 3 core values, which is like curiosity, connection, and appreciation for beauty and excellence. And then I have the other blocks, which is fun, such as I have Muay Thai in there, I have basketball, gaming, karaoke, movie nights, cooking new recipes. And then I have a section for well-being, which is like Pilates, gym, swimming, yoga, all that stuff. And also includes like, blood tests, a medical checkup, booking for dental. Next up, I have living space stuff, which is like, okay, clear an area in the room, or like vacuum, mop, dust, change the bed sheets, declutter, those sort of stuff. And then I do have work stuff, and then I have content stuff, followed up by other dailies, such as wash dishes. These are like repeatable dailies that I should do at least once a day. Or calendar review, or like, I don't know, email management. Then other stuff includes like personal stuff, which is mostly like admin stuff, like maybe if you need to do your taxes, you list it there. And then I have an extra section for ideas, which is like, if I really have extra time, maybe I could jump into these ideas and work on them. So that's like just an extra section on ideas. So there's that. And then every morning when I wake up, Basically, I have this Notion template where I get to ask myself, what are the things that I must do? What are the things that I might do? And what are the things that I maybe will do, in that sort of priority. So I list all the things that I have to do. And then I refer to the categories that I had earlier if I feel like there's not enough stuff listed. Or I double check like if I left out some stuff from the day before. And then I slot them into 1 hour time blocks throughout the day, which I then put into Google Calendar so I can see it like very easily. So that's how I've been organizing my day, and it has been working wonders to me. It really has. Like I said, I've been the most productive I have been for the last like 6 months. It's really good, at least for me. I don't know if it'll work for you guys, because obviously I think everyone goes through stuff differently, right? Sorry, I was yapping. Let me read chat. Wait, what did I miss? Almost midnight in Japan. Can't believe, but I took a shower. It's good that you took a shower first. I mean, we're all about wellness here, right? You look when you forget everything. Ah, yes, you can relate, Peter. You use Trello to keep that backlog? I use ClickUp, which also has like a Trello mode for it, basically. It's good that breathing is automatic, otherwise people with ADD slash ADHD would be dead as hell. Yeah. On the YouTube, wait, you talking about all this? No, I haven't made a YouTube video just yet of this, because this is very recent. It was only like the start of the week, and I haven't figured out how I want to make a YouTube video. Already got, oh, sorry, you're talking about core values. Yes, we do have the core values video on YouTube. If you look up the inner compass on my YouTube channel, that's the video that can help you figure out core values in the way that I did. Maybe it helps you, maybe it doesn't, but it worked for me at least. As we got at least 2 childlings who discovered their core values. Monetize well. Gradually, multiple ads arrive in between this live stream. Hey, it's not a matter of like I'm monetized well or not. I have no control over that, unfortunately. As an experienced drinker yourself, what alcoholic mixture do you find yourself going back to time after time? I want to get back to building a tolerance so that I can try some of you guys' favorite drinks. I don't really mix drinks anymore. I just drink whiskey and wine and dark beer. That's really all I drink nowadays. Every once in a while I do drink cocktails, and when I do, I always go for a Negroni. Other than that, I don't really drink anything else. Yeah. Or like, you know, sometimes on a hot day in the Arvo, I have an Aperol Spritz. So my favorite cocktails, yes, are those 2 things. Aperol Spritz and Negroni. Me balling? I'm not balling. What are you talking about? Creating a routine. I get the difference though in what you were saying when I mentioned the way I've been doing it. Yeah, because I noticed I haven't been able to make habits, but I can wake up to plans. So, and the plans could be different every day when I wake up. Like, you know, between 8 and 9 a.m. I could be doing different things every day, but I wake up to a plan, which has helped so much. Wait, what else? She's so organized. Bro, if I don't organize like this, it's horrible for me, okay? Always thought you were dangerous. Muay Thai is fun, dude. Have you tried a Muay Thai class? It's so fun. Another thing I wanted to try getting into was boxing too. It's really fun. Yeah, I really love my shonen anime, okay? And for some reason, that gives me like this false confidence in my head that because I watch a lot of shonen anime, I could probably beat people up or like do Muay Thai pretty well. It's weird. Don't ask me about it, but it's fun to me. Peter, super chat, arigato. Once again, thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Put down your wine glass and check your merch shop for a moment, girl. Don't spill any wine. My merch shop? My merch shop? Eh? What do you mean my merch shop? Wait, did I miss something? What's my merch shop? Not me forgetting what my merch shop is. Hold on. What about my merch shop? My merch shop. What about it? Hold on, I'm checking. I'm checking. Oh my god! Where the fuck were the notifications, huh? Oh, I missed it. I'm so sorry I missed it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Pizza. Thank you so much for buying a bunch of titling stuff. Holy shit, you bought a mug? You bought stickers? You bought stickers. A lot of stickers. Thank you so much for your contribution towards the shrine, Peter. I'm sorry I missed that. They were like quite a... It was 37 minutes ago too. Oh my fucking god. And I think it's partially because like my notifications are kind of fucked up right now. So I do apologize for that. But thank you so much. That's very generous of you. And I really do appreciate it. Because I've mentioned before, I am in the process of debuting my 2.0 model and it costs money. So I really do appreciate it. Everything I'm getting currently is being funneled towards that. Thank you, Pizza. Thank you. Oh, let me read chat again. Contributing to the wine funds. Thank you. I already got wine glasses and then we're getting wine funds and we're also getting electricity bill funds. Ugh. Damn, you guys are so generous. What other stuff did I miss in chat? You drink Negroni? Yes, I do. Dark beer? Have you never tried dark beer? You should try Guinness on tap. It's so good, dude. Or like if you're in Japan, Orion makes really good stuff. No. If you're in Japan, if you go to the konbini, they have the Guinness beer that can actually give foam, where you kind of, it has a ball in the can, and then it produces foam like it's straight out from tap. They only have that in Japan. No. They don't only have that in Japan, but they don't have it here where I'm at. So do try that one. It's really good. It has a little ball in it that produces the foam. Ah, whoever bought my voice pack, thank you. Well, not bought, it's free, but like, thank you for getting my voice pack. Apparently you want to hear me more. And still, I'm still just doing the stuff I keep in my head. Like I have 7 activities for that day. I will do anyway. I will do it even if I'm gonna put real effort. It really helps me in my daily life. It really does help, dude, to kind of just go through simple tasks and finish it and just get it off your mind. Even if it's like, say, washing dishes for like 5 minutes, it really helps with like dopamine in your head. Like, are? Who bought a mug? Huh? Someone? Thank you for purchasing a titling mug. Arigato! Thank you for your contribution towards the shrine. Damn, we are getting a lot of people here getting buying stuff from the merch shop. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you though. Thank you so much for contributing towards the deep blue. I can't believe Peter said put down your wine glass and check your merch shop. I'm sorry, I'm a failure of a streamer. People buy my shit and I'm too busy drinking. Huh? It's a giveaway? Oh my god, it is a giveaway. It is a giveaway. Who did that? Okay, I'm gonna scroll down the furthest scroll down the chat. Yes, go on Twitch, guys. You have like 1 minute to kind of get the option, to kind of get the mug. Do you want to cover a mug or bucket? Best of. Which one did you end up getting, Peter, for the mug? Are you getting it for coffee, for water, or... Ooh! Jason BBR! Congrats on winning the mug. And thank you so much, Anonymous, for hosting that giveaway and getting the mug to give away to the beautiful titlings in chat. Thank you so much. Y'all are so kind. Spoken like an alcoholic / wine auntie. Shut up. It's the one day I drink, man. I don't think I'll be drinking this weekend. Yeah. My alcoholic friends aren't in town anymore. So I won't be drinking this weekend. I will be, however, cleaning up my backlog because I've been so super fucking productive. And the funny thing is that I don't feel tired. Like back then, I feel like before I started being productive like this, right? I would feel like I would be very tired every day, like lethargic, even when it's not physical, which is weird. It was more like a mental lethargy sort of a thing. My mind felt tired from not particularly doing anything. And then it's like a stupid cycle where it's like, okay, I didn't really do anything, and then at the end of the day I get guilty of not doing stuff because I procrastinated too much, because I wasn't in the right mood to do stuff apparently. And then the cycle continues where I just hate it so much, I guilt trip myself, and then I feel frustrated, but I can't really be feeling frustrated because I didn't really particularly try, and I don't know what I'm getting frustrated at. That's how I was for like a lot of, for the past months. And now that I think of it, it's kind of crazy that I got into that phase. And Jason already redeemed the mug. Once again, thank you. So I don't know if you guys can relate, but hey, if you guys are feeling shit, maybe it's just because it's been carried on for too long. This whole feeling of guilt of not even being productive, or just procrastinating too much and then feeling guilty and then feeling frustrated, but you don't know what you're frustrated at. Well, I'm just telling that things can actually change if you start small. At least start somewhere. And like the thing is, like back then I would get frustrated of not feeling productive, but then I didn't really plan my day, so I don't know what quote unquote productive was supposed to mean. Meaning, like, I don't even remember what I did for the day or what I was supposed to do for the day, but then I feel frustrated for not completing it. It was a horrible feeling. Question about the merch. Delivery included Myanmar? Like, Amazon and other services don't deliver it to Myanmar, so I'm wondering if... I'm not sure. You might want to check, Ryan. Go on the site and check and see if it does. I'm not really sure, because it's a third-party thing. You are a failure, which you damn sure I'm not. Don't think you generate an audience like so. I think you're somewhat successful. Thank you. I mean, to be fair, I am relatively small compared to a lot of VTubers. I'm so small that I feel like I'm still so relatively small that I'm still scared of doing streams where I don't get to yap, because then I might lose people and then my average viewership drops and then people forget about me. So... but it doesn't mean I'm not thankful for all of you guys who are here, because despite being relatively small in a sense, it's also the biggest it's ever been, and it's way over my expectations, so thanks guys. Feb and March were hard freaking month. I was so super blocked from my ADHD that I could barely work day to day. Yeah, that's a mood, isn't it? Well, I hope that whatever I said today, at least some part of it, maybe you could, like, when that happens again, you could try it out. Because for me, but here's the thing, like, my ADD is a combination apparently of ADD and OCD or OD, without the compulsion. So I don't know if the way I do things might be different, but I just hope that whatever I said, maybe a modicum of it might be of some use, providing perspective to you guys. Oracle! Is that the same Oracle on YouTube? Oracle, thank you for the Prime sub on Twitch. Thank you. Just in case it's not. Can we get a warm welcome to Oracle, please? One of us. On Twitch. Thank you. I do sometimes feel stressed for no reason at all. And isn't it even more stressful when you're stressed for no reason at all, and then you can't figure out what it is, and then you get more frustrated over it? So maybe sometimes you might want to try to step back and go, why is it that I feel stressed? And what can I do to change that? Do I feel stressed because I feel like I haven't completed anything? Okay, then what should you have completed? You don't know? Then maybe you should start fixing that by first figuring out what you were supposed to complete. Or maybe plan your days so you actually have metrics to go against, or like, you know, benchmarks to go against. Because if if you don't measure it, you're not gonna know unless you remember. Yeah, but like for me with shitty memory, if I don't measure it or put it down somewhere, I won't have like a benchmark to compare against whether I'm doing good or not. Supporting everywhere we can. Thank you. Relate to that in the past, but eventually thought about it logically and was like, well, this ain't doing anything, so let's stop this line of thinking. And talking about that, which is what we were talking about yesterday too. The book that I have been repeating over and over again because it's an awesome book, Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. He does say in the book, and according to research, that the brain is very good at perpetuating things and propagating things, meaning if you keep saying bad shit about yourself, like, oh no, I look shit. No, if I look shit, then people around me won't like me. If people around me won't like me, then I will never get a girlfriend. And it just keeps perpetuating that. It's very easy for the brain to follow trends like that. But it also works on the other side, meaning if you think of good things, it's very easy for your brain to keep on thinking of good things. And you know, when you think of good things, you have elevated levels of certain brain chemicals that can actually help you have a better state of mind to be quote unquote productive or do whatever it is you're supposed to do that can make you a better person at the end of the day. So that's why one of the arguments in the book is that people with hope and optimism, according to research, they tend to do better in life because whenever they're faced with certain difficulties or like they fucked up, they don't wallow in despair. Maybe they do, but they don't do it for long. What they do instead is they see what they did wrong and take it as a learning thing and then reiterate and keep going. I think I've said in the past it's pretty good as a personal portfolio. I saw XD logo bit nostalgic a while back. Yeah, that was way back when. Hello, Schizo. I like your humility, Noira. Humble VTuber, better than arrogant VTubers. Wait, are there even arrogant VTubers? Personally, I have not met any arrogant VTubers, but hey, I don't really know that many VTubers, honestly. But I don't know if I'd say I'm humble. I'd like to think that I'm just... You know what? Thank you. If you think I'm humble, thank you. I should be appreciative, not deny such things, right? Thank you. Said with Grox, actually. Spent many hours describing my symptoms and learning which parts of the brain malfunction in ADHD brains. Combination of supplements and specific meditation worked. Yeah. I believe that with ADHD, it's mostly... most of the stuff that you do is fucked up because you have horrible... The part of your brain that produces dopamine is kind of fucked up. That's why, according to my psychologist, ADHD meds is usually elevating dopamine levels artificially. On top of that, it's like your like your prefrontal cortex reacting very differently compared to other people or something like that. I can't remember the specifics, but yeah, symptoms of ADHD is quite the bitch. But it doesn't mean that it... Well, I do think to a certain extent the symptoms can be reduced, because I do think to a certain extent that some parts of ADHD might be learned behaviors. Because it's, for example, I think I mentioned this last stream too, about how a good part of ADHD is not being able to learn delayed gratification. So it made me think of... I'll just explain in case you guys don't know what delayed gratification is. It is basically being able to control yourself and wait and be patient until you can get the reward later versus having to get the reward now. If not, you just don't have the patience to wait for the reward. So the difference is that people who can do delayed gratification end up being able to work in a more disciplined way. That's a TLDR. So it does make me wonder, like with our current modern, digital electronic media and everything like that, where everything's easy to access for instant gratification, instant dopamine hits from gacha games to like TikToks and skibidi toilets to what extent does that affect how the general populace deals with delayed gratification? And if it means that there's a bunch of people that, because of how the current internet and electronic media is, end up not being able to do delayed gratification, do they end up getting diagnosed with ADD or ADHD or some certain spectrum of it? That's my thought. That's why I think that a certain part, because delayed gratification is sometimes, I don't know, I haven't checked out how much it is learned behavior or not, but I do think to a certain extent it is. It's like how you actually were brought up, right? Are! Oracle, thank you for being a member on Fourth Wall. What the hell? Arigato. You know, you get to get access to all my other membership only voice packs. So don't forget to check that out. Thank you so much, Oracle. People so generous today. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you for offering towards the shrine. Wait, what did I miss? A lot of times I keep feeling down and beat myself up whenever things go wrong. Yeah, Night Shadowblade, and I hope that now that you know this and have this sort of perspective that's backed by studies and research, maybe you can have the clarity to think differently the next time it happens. I think most arrogant ones that came up where there's some of the small ones that think they should be bigger and get toxic when someone new comes in and doing better. Ah, I see. Prefrontal cortex does not work well enough, and the amygdala anxiety sensor is too strong, and you get blocked by too many anxiety and procrastination. That's fair. That's fair. Full of wisdom. Stop hyping me up, bro. Stop complimenting me in chat. Cantarella is definitely hitting my dopamine receptors. Cantarella is the new Wuwa hero, right? The one who just got her camel toe removed from the game. Going from instant to delayed gratification is a heavy transition of neuroplasticity to go through. But that's what I do think that, okay, I'm gonna check this right now. Neuroplasticity throughout ages. Neuroplasticity is an ongoing process. Brain is not infinitely malleable. Certain areas of the brain are largely responsible for certain actions. Okay, neuroplasticity. Okay, see, my point is that my general belief is that the brain always has neuroplasticity. Maybe it just gets more difficult as you age, but it doesn't mean you can't. Meaning that there are definitely some things that are learned behaviors, maybe due to culture or how you grew up, that might not be particularly good in the current environment, but it doesn't mean you can't change it. You can. It's just a matter of whether you have hope and optimism to actually try to actually go through to doing it. Or if you have someone or if you've actually been given the chance or perspective to actually realize that, hey, you can still change some things, you know. There's a reason why elderly people are harder to change compared to younger people, but it doesn't mean, but there's always like some people who can actually still change. Lord Zero, thank you for the hydrate. I shall drink some water. I think stuff like smartphones will make it a lot harder to deal with, since so many go around with their phones glued to their hands. I noticed recently that I went to a mall, right, to this outdoor mall, and I was seeing people sitting on the bench, right? And I was like, oh, his hand was kind of covered. And I was like, oh, is he reading a book? I wonder what he was reading in my head. And I saw that he was actually looking at his phone. And it was then that it clicked to me. I realized that, wow, nowadays people don't read anymore, huh? They don't read outside anymore. You barely even see people with books anymore. Maybe you see it on the plane, but like when you're like going out and about, do you remember the days and times where sometimes you just see people sitting on benches and reading books? You barely see that nowadays. It's just an observation. It's not that it's particularly good or bad. It's just a changing trend, right? Oracle! I will take all the voice packs. Aw, thank you, Oracle. Yes, please go ahead and indulge yourself in the voice packs. The general population having ADHD must have grown, but if you're a creative, then it's kind of good, right? I can't really say much about it. I don't really know why ADHD could be good to creatives. I do know that ADHD can be quote unquote a superpower because you're so used to working with low dopamine that once you get something that actually propels your dopamine, it goes like crazy and you can work long hours in the flow state. Sure, but I do think that life shouldn't just be defined like that. It's like, it's great, but at what cost, right? But hey, it's not as if like you can change those sort of things. But usually with those things, it's great when you measure it from a productivity sort of perspective. For example, I have been, look, I work really well, by the way, but at the cost of my day-to-day because I was really good with doing a lot of work because I would easily get into the flow state and stuff. No, I'm really good at doing something really good once, but then I'm really bad with consistency. Now, how that measures out at the end of the day, that's really relative, but I would say at least that when it comes to the quality of life of the person themselves, it's not particularly great. Unless, of course, if you measure everything based on productivity and like productive results. That's my personal opinion, I think. Smartphones with social media has had that negative effect, though part of it is on purpose to make people pay more stuff. Yeah, and like, I mean, people behind social media and like products and apps, they all have an agenda, right? They need to make money so they can pay people. That's what companies are. So of course they naturally cater towards whatever pays them the best, which is if their main mode of business is advertising revenue, that means they need to optimize how many people watch their stuff in the watch hours, and thus that ends up like that ends up being the algorithm and the systems that we have now on TikTok. If Grok and Gemini were fused, would that be a perfect AI model? I don't think so. Will never get ADHD be applied to those who have autism? I don't know, unfortunately, Ethan. I am really not well versed in that. I think you might have to ask a professional about that. I am, after all, not really a professional. I'm just a personal observer. So I can only say stuff from my personal experience. For me, I think I've mentioned this before. I don't think there is a perfect AI. Not until they can have their own learned experiences and built an EQ or emotional intelligence or quotient. But that's my personal opinion. Because I do strongly believe that people... I know like humans don't really always make the best decisions and sometimes they're stupid. But I do believe that some of the best decisions come out from a good combination of IQ and EQ, not just one or the other. That's my opinion. Okay, I am gonna scroll to the very, very bottom of chat because, oh my god, I'm so far behind. Gus, you are not new. What are you talking about? Did I miss any chat? Give me a sec. Something was beeping. What the fuck? Okay. Did I miss any chat, guys? Scam ads because those platforms can't be bothered to check their ads before throwing them up because money. Yeah, I mean, I understand to a certain extent that sometimes people think corp are bad. Oh my god, it's the music. Bloody hells. The music has a little bit of beeping. But like... you know, when you have a business, you do have to pay your people and staff somehow, right? And then on the other side, as a business, you have people and staff complaining about their wages. So honestly, having a company is a difficult position to be in. As even if you try to do your best to kind of pay people well and everything like that, well, shit happens sometimes still. um Speaking of books, I really should reread Nordic Gods and Heroes by Anders. I can't say that name. Really love reading about mythology. Mythology is fun, isn't it? Mythology is fun. Of course I remember people. Employees B not wanting employees to double from overtime. Yeah, the thing is, like, with companies, sometimes, like, the whole corpo is evil stance, I get it to a certain extent. But I also understand the perspective from corporations or, like, businesses, where it's like, okay, I need to find a way to make enough money so I can pay the people that I have hired, and maybe so I can hire more people later, but also still pay them a fair wage. Now, if they don't keep on innovating on how to make money, the other side is going to catch up, and then the staff is going to revolt. But then if you become too scummy, the customers will revolt. Your source of revenue will revolt. So it's a very hard balance to strike. That's what I think. But of course, I do believe that some companies do go a bit, they forget to be humane, like totally humane, because they're too focused on one side of the whole spectrum, being the revenue side and just paying people, and they forget about the humanity, and they start treating customers as purely numbers and revenue. Sure, it's bad in that way, but I think that you can't just put out a blanket statement that all corporations are bad. I would like to think that some corporations are just really trying their best. That is a challenge I'm willing to take. Wait, what are you talking about? I feel there is a pretty good discrepancy between decisions made because it's a business and decisions made because we want more money. Yeah, definitely. There is it's pretty obvious, but also sometimes I feel like okay, tell me, if you're just too caught up in the hustles and bustles of day-to-day business, and then you have investors pressuring you from up top, and then you have your staff complaining, and then you're so pressured from all those sides that you end up accidentally, maybe due to not enough due diligence or something, letting a bad decision for revenue come out and get publicized. How bad do you think that is? I mean, I know it's bad, but it's, how would I put it? I think I also understand some of those situations sometimes, but if they're doing it like deliberately and intentionally, that's a different story, of course. But what about those companies who are just kind of, in a sense, they started out small and they're still growing and they're still learning the ropes, and they accidentally make a mistake, and then they get fucking canceled and they never see the light of day anymore. That's not just companies, actually. That works for VTubers too. But yeah, I think it's not that I am judging the people who call out companies. I think it is what it is, right? Sometimes they do deserve to be called out, but I'm going nowhere with this. It's just an observation, I guess. It's just a gray area sort of thing. Let me drink. Employees. Hello, boss, and hello, fellow Noira. What, are we a company now? Valtteri? Some corpos are bad, some corpos are good, but also some corpos are just trying their best and they accidentally do bad. That's how I feel, I think, summarized. It's negative bias. Black corpos generate news, good corpos do not. See, so we mostly hear about black corpos. Yep, that's how it is. The more extreme something is, the more of a better narrative it becomes, and then the reporters get paid more because the newspaper or whatever media gets more ad revenue. That's just how it is. You got the black companies that treat both customers and employees as tools to get the money. Yeah, that's just fucked up though. Like, it's easier to see when it's like black or white, but like it's harder when it's kind of in the middle. The problem with most corpos is that there is a very, very large lack of communication. Decisions are made on the higher ups, but the ground people see a whole different reality. That is true. But I also would say, obviously, that it's not all corpos, but a lot of giant corpos are like that. Like the hierarchy fucks them over, like the hierarchy and the bureaucracy. Speaking of black companies, y'all heard of the agency that helps people quit? What? Had an interview on YouTube and paints a picture of corporate culture in Japan. Agency that helps people quit? Company I work with has pushed stuff that are completely against what our clients want, yet they say we are doing great. Okay, that sounds crazy, man. I used to work for the largest bank, buy assets, really so much greed. Yeah, I just heard that. I was watching a video about how the Deutsche Bank pulled off the biggest, do they call it greenwashing, ever in history? And it's not, and oh, it's fucked up. It's a very interesting thing, but basically they were fucking up portfolios by somewhat deluding people with ESR ratings that just don't make sense. And then they'd be like, look, these guys, they have good, sorry, not ESR, ESG for CSR. CSR is like, how would I explain CSR? Corporate something responsibility. It's like how green you are and how friendly you are to the environment and the society and everything like that. How much you do good, basically. What happened with Deutsche Bank is that apparently they were saying, this is from the video I watched, they were saying they made their own systems to basically automate ratings of this CSR for companies in their portfolios, and they would end up like recommending to clients that, hey, this company has better CSR, so they're like less risky to invest in. Thus, they used that false rating to push certain portfolios, and it resulted in like the biggest greenwashing scam. Corporate social responsibility. Thank you. I'm really bad with abbreviations. It's an interesting video, and apparently it's still an ongoing case. So let's say you're a quit, but instead of announcing it to the public in your office, you hire someone to do it on your behalf. Oh, that's crazy. Where at work, they give an intern who is also in probation to have credentials to edit a website that people need. That's crazy too. I would never have thought to give website access to an intern. That's crazy management of, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Not credentials, not roles. There's a specific technical term for that. Peter, would you know? Do you work in the tech industry? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you manage roles of people and you structure it accordingly. What's it called? No, it's not admin credentials. There's a technical term for that. Oh my god. My technical days are so washed. I don't know. Does anyone else work in the tech industry? Developer, no! Wait, I'm gonna ask Gemini. Developer term for managing user access. User access management? Access control? No, that's not it! Fuck, what is it? I'm so curious right now. Give me a sec, Tad. You call it when you create structures for user roles management. Roles and access management. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot it. Permissions modeling? No, it's none of that. I give up. Fuck it. I give up. But there used to be a technical term that I used a lot. I can't remember it right now. I hope I remember it one day. It was like an abbreviation, I think. Whatever. Sorry. I got too hung up on that. Video is sponsored by Noira. Where is this Noira coming from? Noira is here to inform you that that we have branched out across the world. Anything you desire, we have it. Every single dollar is going to your beloved sea goddess. I'm a goddess. Yeah, sure. ESRB. ESRB is for games, right? Deutsche was manipulating information. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Don't spiral into work talk. It's chill time. Yeah, I'm not spiraling into work talk, but goddamn, that thing is itching in my brain, by the way. But I'll leave it for now. I'm gonna drink and forget. Noira played Cyberpunk and is still supporting couples. Nah, I mean, I think it's more so like, it's not that I support couples, quote unquote. It's more like I understand where certain businesses are coming from. And thus, it has given me a sort of perspective where when something happens, I tend to look deeper before making my judgment. I think that's how it is. Peter! Thank you for the super chat. IAM, Identity and Access Management. Is that it? I guess that's it. Maybe that's it. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Super chat to arigato. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Fuck me. I haven't worked on such things in a while, and I'm forgetting things already. They're too afraid to say they quit. Oh, we're talking about VTuber agencies, is it? The thing is, like, oh, it is a meme. Underpaid free interns that have to take the heat for whenever a company does something stupid. That's true though, especially when it comes to like social media management, right? What are you tinkering with? Oh, sorry, I was like checking for a certain work term. Okay, wait. Good morning, Mr. Popo. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? What were we talking about? Here in Japan, there's a lot of social pressure to stick to your job. When you submit your resignation letter, the company often tries to guilt trip you into staying. Oh yeah, okay. If we're talking about Japanese culture, that makes sense. Because the thing is, like, there's a lot of indirect things that you also need to communicate, which is like, basically is very much a chore to resign. That's understandable. Yeah, if we're talking about Japanese work culture in particular, that makes sense. I've heard things about it. But another thing that I think, it's kind of hard for me not to cover all corpos in the same umbrella. When I work and see all the mess and bad decision making, yet I see the exact same mistakes and decisions in the gaming industry. I think I can have that perspective because I've worked for a good company before. And it was a really good experience, and they had like really good leaders. So maybe I was just lucky, or lucky. In that sense, that's why I can see it from that perspective. Or they just ignore your resignation letter. That can't be legal, hey, to ignore a resignation letter. Family and friends talk to you like you're out of your mind. Employees need advice to know their legal rights, which are sadly still lacking here. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, I think certain working cultures are still like very behind, in a sense that I'm pretty much sure that nowadays it's much more common for you to move from place to place quite a lot, especially with the newer generations. It's quite common for you to change jobs after like 1 or 2 years, compared to back then. It'd be like, oh yeah, you'd stay at least like for 3 or 5 years before you move, or like 4 to 5 years. If not, you'd probably get questioned. People in interviews be like, okay, why did you just leave this company after like 1 or 2 years? What happened? But nowadays, a lot of people have changed their minds about it. It's quite common. But I do think, like, with some working cultures, it's still uncommon. Oh, well, it's not that uncommon, but it's like, that's not expected of them. Loyalty is still expected. Because people would sue them, can't afford lawsuit. That's true. That's true. Ignoring a resignation notice is not legal, but they can bully you a lot about it, to the point that people hire companies specialized in quitting a job for you. Oh my god! Okay, stop, guys. We're a place of escapism. Let's change the topic. Do you guys have any interesting stuff to talk about? Or maybe we can discuss here? Let's talk about something else that's not work, hey? Not work related. It might have been my fault. I started the conversation first, hey? Been a while, Noira. Forgive? I don't know. Will you absolve your sins at the shrine, Scarling? But no, Scarling, subichato, arigato. You already absolved your sins, actually. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine and absolving your sins like that, Scarling. How are you? How are you? You been good? I saw on Discord you've been super busy, hey, with work. I'm somehow getting a hit on content. You know that there are small jellyfishes that can shoot quills that can paralyze you? Like what, the blue bottle? No, it's all good. It's all good. It's an interesting conversation to have though for me personally, to be able to talk about different cultures, and sometimes that also involves work culture. So sometimes I do forget to remind myself that we try to go with good vibes, and then we start talking about all this work jargon and lingo. So it's kind of on me too. I mean, caves out of my blankets for her to crawl on. That's cute, Sven. Let's talk about dessert. I love bread pudding. I love Japanese custard pudding. Shit's so good, man. Custard pudding and milk pudding is so good. You can't plant rice near the sea because that messes with the salinity of rice paddies. I love these random facts that we're getting right now. I started playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 again. I have no idea what that is. What is Xenoverse 2? I did not know there was such a name of a game. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. What is it on? It's on Steam. What the fuck? The composer is Steve Aoki? What? What the fuck? So they got Steve Aoki for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and then they got Zed for Dragon Ball Daima. Damn, dude. Snagging all the top EDM DJs. Wait, what else did I miss? Heard of Angel Engine, Noira? It's a story about Angel that was betrayed by humanity and it uses power. Is used as a power source. That sounds a lot like Trigun, but no, I haven't. Laughing at the weird parts of various cultures could be a form of escapism. True. But I would like to think that because it is not like technically the end of the week just yet, let's stay away from the work topics. Peter was right. Let's not talk about work. Dragon Ball game where you can customize your own character, and here's also her story complete with 700 plus move sets. Oh, that actually sounds super cool. Will you play Monster Hunter Wilds? Probably not. I can't do high commitment games, man. And I do think Monster Hunter Wilds is one of them. Did you know a person's tongue print is unique, making it a potential tool for identification? That I do. No worries, Hirochi. It's something that is good to talk about at times, but also a matter of not wanting to drag on these topics for too long. I've been playing Path of Exile 2 a good amount. I haven't played Path of Exile for a while. What Japanese dessert do you recommend for a person that likes chocolate? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what Japanese dessert to recommend when you like chocolate. Chocolate taiyaki? I don't know. I don't think like chocolate is something I look for when I go to Japan. Unfortunately. Noira and Emma Frost from Marvel Rivals sound the same. Emma Frost is like if Noira gets older. Dude, Emma Frost looks so hot on Marvel Rivals. You beat the final boss on Hades 2. Nice. We're about to start on Hades 2, by the way, because the Deep Blue was so kind and generous to gift me the game. Maybe we'll start playing it next week. Will you stream Hollow Knight Silk Song when it's out? I've never even played Hollow Knight. So maybe we should play Hollow Knight first, hey? Listening in whilst detoxing after the end of my semester. Today's my last day of going to campus for a while. Are you gonna miss it? You know, as much as I find like going back in the days, going to lectures and classes a chore, there was something nice about going to college. I mean, like going to the campus. There's just a certain feeling to it. I kind of miss it. That's why the first thing, like, when I went to somewhere near my college, my university, the first thing I did was like visit there. It's nice to relive those feelings. Yogurt, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Have a cool weekdays. You have a cool weekdays too. Oh yes, SR. It's almost ending. Thought for you to play in the future. Takoyaki is best Japanese food. It's snack, it's dessert. Sometimes it's my lunch. Takoyaki is super good. Gindacho is really good. What about Armored Core 6? I have played Armored Core 6 and there is actually a VOD of it. I have recently also picked up Armored Core 6 on the weekends. I just got into rank C of the, you know, the rankings thing. What do you call them? I forgot. And I just beat the twin robots. Yeah, basically the twin robots. I can't remember. The one of them using a plasma blade, and the other one uses like, no. One of them uses like plasma rockets and shit. The other one uses a pulse blade or something. I just got past there. What's good happening to y'all? Yeah. I was just asking about what y'all's been up to, because I've been yapping a lot about my own fucking topics. Did you guys know? Fun fact: when I do drink wine, this has gindako. Why would it be gindako? It's with a Gindaco. Isn't it gindacho? But yeah, when I do drink wine, by the way, I have a tendency to go very philosophical. Dude, I'm just reading it as it is, Crown. I'm just reading it as it's presented. I didn't know it was like called like taco. I was watching Gate, which is basically when Isekai world invades the real world, and then JSF goes hard with their old school military. Gate. Isekai world invades the real world. Oh, that's crazy. Is it where do you watch it on? Is it like on Netflix or something? That's like a reverse isekai, which is something I kind of like. Just like how I like Uncle from Another World. It's silly, but it's worth watching. Is it like a serious sort of anime series, or is it more of a chill, funny sort of thing? Gindako. Hi, wakarimashita. Kashikomarimashita. Eh? Ah, hi. Kashikomarimashita. That's right? Yeah. We go philosophical with or without the wine. I guess. But back then I would go relatively more philosophical with wine, but you're right. Nowadays I think it's the same thing. Just started learning how to use DaVinci Resolve, and I published my first YouTube short video. Congrats. Every step to trying something new is actually doing something about it, right? So congrats on that, Fahin. Did I tell you guys that I watched Berserk? Do I feel like putting ice on your wine? No, I chilled my Chianti though. I usually drink my Chianti room temperature, but my sommelier friend was like, try it chilled. He was the one who brought me the bottle of Chianti, so I'm like, okay, I'll chill it. I watched Berserk Golden Memorial or something. The one on Netflix made in 2022. Berserk is actually really good story-wise. I mean, it gets crazy, but story-wise, it's really good. It's giving... Is it seinen? Because it's giving like the same amounts of like, yeah, depression and whatever as much as Vinland Saga does. It's good though. It's good. Another thing I've been watching is the time before the what is it called? The not Land Before Time. What the fuck? Land Before Time are those dinosaurs. What's the TBATE? That webtoon, what's it called? the before something. The guy's the protagonist's name is Arthur. What's it called? It's recently put out on Netflix, the anime version of it. It is the beginning after the end. There you go. Beginning after the end. It's good. Not Land Before Time. Berserk was great, though Griffith needs to be punished. You know, I keep on calling Griffith Canute. I was like, you know that Canute guy? I was like talking with 3D Sun about it, and I kept on calling him Canute because somehow in my head, remembering the name Griffith is really hard. So all I remembered is Canute. Someone on Reddit was complaining about how Berserk and Guts were so violent. Then a fan told him, if you don't like it, go back to Tanjiro. That's crazy. I pray you get 50k subs this year. Thank you. That seems very far away, but thank you. I'll try my best. Hi, ganbarimashou. Saying that I haven't heard that term in a long time. I thought I was hotshot in high school for being the only one who knows that genre. Yeah, I only discovered about the seinen and josei genre recently, actually. Josei because of Smut. Seinen because of Vinland Saga. Yeah, Land Before Time was peak though. I remember, was it Ducky? I really liked Ducky. It was super sad. Oh my god, Land Before Time was super sad, dude. I cried. When the meteor happened, oh my god, I cried. I cried so much. Also, they had like a really good song, right? For Land Before Time. I don't remember what the song is called though, but like, I remember it being really good. What is your standpoint on Baki the Grappler? I really don't like Baki because it's outrageous. One, it's outrageous. Two, I don't like the art style. I love Kengan Asura though. I like shonen or like action anime that makes sense. Baki doesn't make sense to me. If you don't like Berserk, go back to Sword Art Online. Have you seen Violet Evergarden? I have not. Steins Gate is cute, yes, I can attest to that. I could only watch it once. Oh my god, I missed a lot of chat. Oh yeah, if we hold on together, I know our knees will never die. And forever as time goes by for you and I. See, I remember that song, but you got I forgot the name of it. Don't look up the story behind the voice actress of Ducky. Oh no. Hi there, Nolan. You had a professor who worked on Land Before Time. What did he do? Would you consider FMA to be shonen? If I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never watched FMA or read it, so I can't really say anything. Have you peeped Frieren? I have, but I felt like because I wasn't really focusing on the show back then, I felt like it was very slow paced, so I dropped it. I've been planning to give it another chance though. But yeah, Kengan Asura is one of my faves. What do you think of Mashal? It's okay. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's funny. When are you going to do another karaoke stream? I don't know. Maybe for membership stream? Talking about membership stream, 3D Sun was suggesting that I should do a watch along with you guys for this show called Adolescence. Do you guys know about it? Because he said that it's a very interesting show that sparks discussion that can almost be divisive, but it sparks such a good conversation. And he was like suggesting maybe you should watch it with people on your stream because your titlings like to think too, right? And be philosophical and shit. Why don't you watch it with them? Do any of you guys know Adolescence? Damn, Ergo Proxy was such an aesthetic, wasn't it? Oh, Grave of Fireflies was fucking depressing all the way, man. Noira curious deeply to be chill and good vibes, but her preferred stories are action-packed. You know, there's a time and place for everything, as Professor Oak says. Sometimes it's a mood for Kengan Asura. Other times it's a mood for Ghibli. Irashai, happy feet too. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. When do you usually do membership stream? Is it outside your Tuesday with Thursday schedule? Yes, it is. My membership streams are usually Saturdays, 9 a.m. GMT plus 7. And yeah, that's usually what it is. But like it's kind of spontaneous, meaning like I schedule it, like I tell you guys about it like on the week, unfortunately, because my weekend schedules are quite volatile. But yeah, it's usually on Saturdays, 9 a.m. or like 9 p.m. for some of you guys. Adolescence is quite terrible. A political piece which just incites people. Really? Oh yeah, I actually don't know much about it, but apparently it's that show sparked like a huge discussion that's arguably for the better because it brings up a whole topic that's worth to talk about more. If you watch one for anything else but adolescence, you will be disappointed. Okay, gotcha. Then maybe we could just, go back to karaoke streams for membership, hey? But yeah, I usually do karaoke streams for membership. Because I'm shy. I feel less anxious when I do it for members. You never even knew about karaoke? A lot of people don't know that I do karaoke streams, actually. And I do it very sparingly, too. Heavenly Delusion. Let me look that up. What's Heavenly Delusion? Huh. It has been serialized. Okay, tell me what it is. Like, synopsis. A boy grows up behind the safe walls of an apocalyptic Japan full of monsters. Tokyo flourishes as a paradise, while outside the walls of hell dangers lurk. However, a small group searches for heaven. This sounds like Wolf's Rain. It's like Wolf's Rain and that show way back when, where, do you remember these girls who would like painfully start growing angel wings? Oh my god, what is that show? It had a very pretty aesthetic, but it was like kind of painful to watch. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Why not karaoke on Discord? No, I usually karaoke on stream. What does it take for you to sing Fireworks? Nothing. Meaning I will, even if you offer me anything, I will not sing that song. Yeah, my membership streams are only on YouTube because only YouTube has the feature. So if you guys actually want to see me karaoke and join in for membership streams, I would suggest that you guys join Discord so that you can get notified for it. Got 12 Claymore? Sounds like generic post-apocalyptic shows. Is it Angel Wings? Wait, let me check. Angel Wings anime. I can't seem to find an anime called Angel Wings. Hi, Bana! Wait, is it this? No, I found it. It's Haibane Renmei. Haibane Renmei. Which means Grey Feather Federation. Do you guys know that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this. Because I remember the protagonist. And I remember how painful it was for them to grow wings. Okay. Speaking about anime, what's Legion about? Claymore? I have heard of Claymore, I think. Haibane Renmei, yeah, as Sven put it. I remember it's very atmospheric, it's very pretty. It was so aesthetic, but like it was so painful and it invoked so many feelings. Claymore anime. Oh, I remember Claymore. Wait, I think I've read this. Yeah, I have read it. But like I never finished it. I've read the manga. Because I remember I was like very stoked for the art of Claymore because it looked very pretty. But I don't remember anything about it. More like apocalypse movie. The rise of tidelings, peak fiction. Imagine if that was a Noira movie. Legion movie. Oh, that one. The guy with the dark angel wings. I subtly remember this. We're talking about non-anime movie, right? I feel like I've watched this too. I just don't remember anything about it. I liked Claymore, but I felt so bad for the girl warriors. Tangent and Loki think yours our Kale voice would work well with fake wings from Dot Hack. Dot Hack! Oh my god, someone other than me mentioning Dot Hack. Do you know how happy that makes me feel? Dot Hack is like one of my favorite things ever. I particularly love, I was obsessed with Dot Hack's Black Rose and Kite. And then when Jiu came out, I was obsessed with, what's her name? The redhead girl who would follow Haseo around. Oh my god, I was obsessed with Dot Hack Jiu. Fake angel wings. Which ones in particular? Are we talking about the blue head guys, fake angel wings? Dot Hack. I'm checking. Oh, are you talking about the healers fake wings? Wait. Hold on. Oh, you're talking about the song, is it? The song Fake Wings? I thought you were talking about an item like fake wings. I don't remember any Dot Hack songs. Dude, wait, okay, hands up if you guys know Dot Hack. Dot Hack was like, it's a game, it's an anime basically the whole premise is around online game, and then basically some of the people who play the game gets sucked into the game and they can't get out, so they basically somewhat always comatose because they're stuck in the online game. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's pretty much the predecessor of Sword Art Online. It's really good. There's Dot Hack San and there's also Dot Hack GU. My favorite is Dot Hack GU. Is it from that period? Fake Wings is so good in my opinion. I'll give that a listen. I don't remember any music from Dot Hack, to be honest. I just really love the anime. SAO, Log Horizon. I don't know what Log Horizon is. SAO, yes, but like Dot Hack was before SAO. Didn't Dot Hack start as a game before it got anime adaptation? No, it's the other way around. I think it was a manga first and then it became an anime and then a game. As I know it. I might be wrong. But that's how I remember it. It's really good. I actually have the Dot Hack GU game on Steam right now. I played it on stream before. It was really fun. Anybody remembers Tales of Abyss? I do. That song, by the way, is my favorite song on Drum Mania. Karma by Bump of Chicken from Tales of the Abyss. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll drink some water. She's drunk for real? Oh, you've never seen me drunk. Eternal Poison. Let me check that out. I'm much more chaotic when I'm drunk, guys. Damn, that aesthetic is crazy. Oh my god, that's PS2 gameplay? Holy shit, that looks like Chocobo Dungeon. It's crazy that nowadays in my head, I feel like PS1 and PS2 graphics are kind of similar except for Final Fantasy X. It's crazy. I feel like, for example, when I'm looking at this Eternal Poison graphics and I think of Chocobo Dungeon, I feel like they're of the same graphics quality. Drunk Noira is best Noira for chatting and singing, but best to do that with moderation. Yeah, when I'm drunk, I actually sing a lot. I usually go home. I've done drunk streams before. Like, I go home and I don't feel like sleeping yet. So what I do is that I go live and then I do a karaoke stream at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I've done that before. I've deleted the VODs because I regret it. But I'm not drunk, don't worry. I don't really get drunk nowadays because, I drink in moderation after all. Tales of the Abyss, I haven't picked it back up since I went on a hiatus. The anime apparently has caught up to the part I last dropped in the manga. Wait, the anime is still ongoing? No way. Is the anime still ongoing? Yeah, because Tales of the Abyss is like very old. Every good anime adaptation is really on PS2, and the adaptation is pretty crazy at times. That's true. That's true. When do we get flirty, Noira? Probably not on stream. I wouldn't. I don't think I would. Just because, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like, I'm trying to build a viewership that's not based on quote unquote boobs and parasocialism in a sense. I want you guys to be here because you guys like the conversations and discussions we get into, you know? And the talks that we have, and the random daydreams that we have, and the vibes, comfy vibes. So, you won't really catch me trying to flirt with you guys, you know? It won't happen. Yeah, GFE, that's not gonna happen. I don't think so. Also, I think it's also too cringe for me to pull off, unfortunately. But hey, you're free to make your own fanfics as long as I'm not the one pulling it off. You know, it's fine. I'm not against that. It's just that I refuse to do it myself. GFE always gives me cringe. I mean, to be fair, I have had my phase where I did like the BFE sort of thing. So I understand where people are coming from when they like ASMR and GFE. Although I personally don't like ASMR. But I understand. It's kind of nice, you know, to see a VTuber, a moving anime person on the internet that you can actually talk to. And then it feels like you're playing a dating sim. It's nice. We can make Noira fanfic in Wattpad? Yes, you can. Boobs and parasocialism. Oh my god, English. That's a harsh burn for some VTubers, I know. No, I mean, I don't shame people who do that. Like, boobs and parasocialism or whatever. Or even like LootTubers. They're free to do whatever they want, right? But it's just a personal preference of mine. And also because I just can't pull it off myself. I am the one who has to stop trying to raise you. She gave the approval for what, Ikazen? Oh, the Wattpad? Yeah, sure, go ahead. You do know that we have fan writings on Reddit, right? What do you think that's for? That it's totally open for AU writings of whatever you want, of the Deep Blue, I mean. The day I find out someone made a doujin of you is the day I implode. I wonder how far off that is. I think that's how you know you've succeeded. When there's a doujin of you. For example, I do believe that VTuber doujins have the best start. Like, I saw like this doujin of Botan from Hololive, and oh my god, it was so beautiful. And also Hoshio Marine, oh my god, her doujins are the best. And the art is amazing. So I would like to believe that the one day when someone actually makes a doujin of me, that's when I know I've succeeded. You're here for the convos. Thank you. Oh, VTuber doujins are rare? Yeah, Peach, but you made one. By the way, guys, Peach-san made a doujin recently of Ki-chan and Pan. It's a really good doujin with really good art. Trust. It looks really pretty. Peach-san, are you drinking today? I know incredibly skilled content creators who do GFE and LootTubing. I respect them a lot. I just can't enjoy that side of the content. Yeah, that's my same perspective. Like, I respect what they do, and it's something that I can't do, and I think it's just a matter of preference, and that's not of my preference. You want some fanfics written about you and your law? I can cook something up, but my genre and specialty is war and politics. Look, fan writings are fan writings. You guys are free to publish whatever. You guys have creative freedom to do so. I supply base lore. You guys can do whatever. I saw doujins of indie VTubers and they were amazing quality. Yeah, VTubers actually get really good doujins, hey. I'm Artin, no alcohol for now. What are you drawing? Are you drawing commissions or like a personal project, Pishan? Irashai, Shonen Hero. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Deep Blue. How much for a doujin of Noira? Expensive, bro. But I don't know. Maybe you can ask Peach-san. A model? Peach-san, and you tell me that you don't make models? Excuse me, Peach-san? Smolchy! Oh my god, it's Smolchy. Smolchy, thank you for the raid. Raid is welcome. I am Noira, the sea fox who sells escapism and daydreams, and we're just talking about doujins. Welcome. We actually had pretty good discussions prior to this. Quite thoughtful discussions, but it has veered off onto doujins as for now. How you doing, Smolchy? What were you up to? Let me give you a shout out. It has been a while. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you sharing your community with. Wait, how come my shout out is not popping up? The fuck? Just chilling in Minecraft. Oh my gosh, sorry. My shout out is like not working. Let me like manually shout you out. Smolchy Usatsuki. Guys, don't forget to check out Smolchy. Smolchy is also very goated with FPSs. So don't forget to check Smolchy out. I ended up wanting to try and make a model. Wait, so the model you're making, is it actually a commission or is it like you're trying things out? I really want to see what your models look like. It's great to meet you and I hope you had a good time and your voice is adorable, including your eyes. Thank you, Don Tavius. Thank you. Retired from FPS? Oh, that's okay. That's a mood. I have also retired from FPS for quite a while. It's why I don't touch any FPSs. Only cozy games and simulator games. And every once in a while, single player RPGs. Oh my god, is that our vaunted minstrel of tides? Hi there, Ninja. How's work, Ninja? Oh yes, Smolchy, no worries. Thank you once again for the raid. Please do what you gotta do. I appreciate it. It went from a redesign commission and then a model commission. Damn! Damn. Well, I'm excited to see the results of that. Oh yeah, sorry, the raid was on Twitch. I'm excited to see how you end up making a model. I'm waiting for the results. But then we have talked about a lot of things today. Oh yeah, I've been meaning, by the way, to make that book club thing happen. Do you guys reckon if we were to make a Titlings book club, should we do it on Discord or Reddit? Meaning that Titlings can recommend their own books or ask for recommendations and then you can talk about it. In my head, it's like Reddit. What do you guys reckon? Because on Reddit, you can kind of like make your own posts for the book that you're reading or the book that you recommend and then like have discussions under it. But yeah, what do you guys reckon? You say Discord? Discord? I'm just worried that if you recommend it on Discord, like it's kind of hard to kind of look through it. Why not both? I think I prefer to do it on one channel, on one platform because it's kind of redundant. Or I could make it like kind of like a thread on Discord maybe. That's a possibility too. Discord or Reddit? Yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, I am currently like kind of tidying up Reddit and Discord. I'm moving some things to Reddit, like I mentioned some people who bought merch to kind of post it on Reddit instead because I think it's a better platform compared to Discord. Reddit is probably better. Because if we do it on both, it's going to get kind of diluted in a way that one person might post on one side and not the other. And then we end up like not really having a good amount of posts on both sides. Add content in your public space. Recommending books for Noira or for tidings to read. I think it's better for like books for all of us, you know. Because y'all's asking me for book recommendations. I think it'd be cool if you guys can just talk about books in general. I think it's a cool thing that my tidlings read. I prefer Discord as a platform, definitely, but more people use Reddit. I think it's a matter of preference. Some people use Discord more. Reddit, for me, is just better for less live chatting stuff, if that makes sense. It's better to archive stuff or document stuff on Reddit or like handle discussions on Reddit, just because it's what's what I'm looking for, oh my god, my vocabulary, I can't think of the word right now, but it's cascaded more properly. I guess that's the word. Yeah, sure. Let's go with cascaded. Discussions are cascaded more prettier in a better readable way. It's hard because most people don't know forums exist on Discord. That's true. Because if it's Discord, it's just between us. If it's on Reddit, then there's a chance outsiders looking in might be intrigued. Oh, that's a fair perspective. That's fair. Yes, please. If you don't have a Reddit account, maybe try it and join the Deep Blue Discord. I mean, sorry. The subreddit r/Noira. Our Reddit is pretty goated, man. Not gonna lie. Hi there, Anne. How are you? We're talking about starting a book club. She likes tidlings who read and nerds. I like tidlings who read and talk about new perspective. It's always interesting to have conversations about new perspectives and observations and learnings, isn't it? Like me, reading a book about emotional intelligence has opened me up to so many new perspectives. I love it. My next item on my reading list is Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari. I'm excited for that. But I gotta finish my current book first. And I feel like I haven't finished Sapiens, so maybe I should finish that as well. I feel like I'm kind of like halfway through Sapiens. Buy that book for Noira and Throne? Dude, it's already bought by someone on Throne. Someone cleared it off Throne already. Which is crazy. Like, have you ever... I don't know, I've never seen people buy books for VTubers. So, it's crazy. Discord for verbal and active discussions, Reddit for browsing and general recommendations. That's my 2 cents take. That's a fair take. My next books will be books of Alex Hormozy about growing business and how to get from 10K to 1 mil in business branch. Peter, if you're talking about business or starting a business, I would suggest the book, which is my favorite, by the way, which I would even suggest to non-entrepreneurs or like non-business people. It's 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. Have you heard of that? It's really good. Reading comprehension is always a green flag in people. Defos. I got a few books to recommend. See, wouldn't it be exciting to start a book club? Which one do you prefer, reading book or listening to audiobook? I've never listened to an audiobook before. I prefer reading. When I listen to stuff, it's usually podcasts. So definitely reading, and preferably hardcover. Hi there, Kurt. Welcome back to the Deep Blue. Mindworks, a practical guide for changing thoughts, beliefs, and emotional reactions. Really good book. That does sound like a good book. Is it like changing your own thoughts or like changing other people's? Like how to influence people, you know, that classic book. How to talk to people and what is it? How to influence people and read friends. Win. How to influence people and win friends. I've been reading this book called The Great Deep Blue Fantasy Underwater Exploring Book. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, does it involve a kraken? Planning on going to the library today. I'll see if they have it. Yeah. Or if you're not really into how to improve things, because I feel like 0 to 1, despite it being catered towards entrepreneurs and businesses, it feels more of like a personal development and way of thinking sort of thing. If you're looking for something that's different, the other one I would highly recommend is The Innovators. I recommend that a lot. The Innovators provides such an interesting perspective into the general state of, or like how technology came to be. It's very interesting. Or another one is Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. That's a good one too. But Malcolm Gladwell is great at making entertaining books. But research-wise, you might have to double-check. Because I think, it's not that it's bad, but as I have observed, his books, it's mostly, he prioritizes good reading and easy reading over factual stuff. 0 to 1, but I want to read Hormozy first. Dude is my idol and mentor. He is concentrated wisdom on legs. That's fair. That's fair. I actually took 5 months off work. Oh, by the way, thank you for the hydrate. I shall drink some water. I actually took 5 months off work and started my own publishing company. I wrote a novel and a novella. It's been a while since I've written anything, sadly. Why do you reckon is that? Is it because you've been having a creative block? But hey, that's quite an accomplishment. You started your own publishing company and you wrote a novel and a novella? That's crazy. That's a lot more that a lot of people have achieved. Anybody read historical biographies? I've read about people like Washington, Rockefeller, Thatcher, and others. No, but there is this podcast I like to listen to. It's called, what is it called? Where's my phone? So this podcast here, it basically analyzes historical figures and why they were so great. So they try to dissect their ways of thinking. What's it called? Let me see. Great. God, I haven't heard of it in a while, actually. Library. How to Take Over the World. That's what the podcast is called. It's really good. So for example, they analyze Napoleon and figure out why he's so good at what he did. I think for Napoleon, the conclusion was that he was very good in boxing things in his head, meaning like separating one thing from another, separating personal things compared to what he has to do for the next day. I'm pretty sure the terminology is wrong, but like that's basically the whole premise of the podcast. So there's a lot of interesting things. Sorry, I'm still catching up on chat. I unfortunately don't read. It's okay, you can start with audiobooks, or maybe you can even start to read. Some books are, if you have a hard time reading, it might just be because you're reading the wrong thing. Don't read things that you don't enjoy. Maybe you just need to find something that you enjoy. For me, for example, a weird thing for me is that I enjoy nonfiction when I read. I don't particularly enjoy fiction as much as I do nonfiction. I don't know why. This is despite me loving I really loved reading Warcraft books though, but other than that, I haven't really read any other fiction books. Yeah, nah. Not even Harry Potter. No, I never finished Harry Potter. I mean, I have Dune books right now sitting on my shelf. I've been meaning to read that, but I always end up opting for nonfiction. Audiobooks. So I have a time to digest and process it. Audiobooks are great for when you're at the gym or driving. Ah, wait. Jason, thank you for becoming a member of the Deep Blue on YouTube side. One of us on YouTube side, by the way. Thank you. I just saw that. Sorry, I'm catching up with chat. Arigato gozaimasu. A bit of both a creative block and a job where I work a lot of hours. Yeah, that's tough because I feel like if you want to get creative, you would need some moments of serenity and quiet, and you don't really get to have that when you're working a lot of hours. Hey, So I kind of understand that. Max, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. But hey, don't discount what you have achieved, mate. I mean, publishing a book and a novella, that shit's crazy. A novel and a novella is crazy. I knew it. Noira wants to take over the world. Disclaimer, guys, we are not a cult. So do not heed these words. I do not want to take over the world. Yet. I don't have a reason to yet. So no, that is technically not true. Napoleon definitely how to take over the world, something a normal VTuber reads. It's a really good podcast, yo. Spread the gospel of the Deep Blue. We're not a cult, just reminding again. Napoleon definitely commanded the respect of his troops as well. What a diabolical sounding podcast name, but I'll listen to it. Thanks for the reco. Yeah, I have no idea why it's named like that, when it's really just kind of nerdy people, genuinely nerdy and curious people who just trying to dissect historical figures who did great things. Writing a part of my life and not my whole life. Yeah, but you know, Drewski, definitely Drewski. The thing is that there are some things you love, but then some people work so that they can spend on the things they love. Some people make money doing the things that they love doing. Neither is more noble. And on the flip side, sometimes making something that you love into something that generates revenue for you, that has stakes and becomes a business, can take your love away from it, because you over some time you learn to prioritize numbers, performance and revenues over the love of doing it. Basically, it's quite hard to not sell out. Some considered that perhaps, but yeah, that's just from, oh my god, I'm no therapist or anything. Why am I even saying these things? But I do think like the whole topic is quite interesting. So I do have quite a lot of thoughts of it. So I'm just projecting here. But I would say that if you're trying to commit to something, like especially if it's something you love, definitely think about it twice. Because sometimes that thing you love, you might love it because you can spend on it comfortably because you have another job. That's like me and VTubing, by the way. I feel like if I were to do content creation full time, I might lose my love for it, because it starts becoming a pressure to be able to make a living out of it, you know? And then you start doing things in a way that you don't particularly love. And then you start just burning out from it. Is that a book written by Dr. Doom? It's a podcast. Compartmentalizing. Thank you, Mythos. Yes, that's what I meant. History books are so damn good, guys. Try them. I also watch a lot of history videos. I just never remember any damn of it. Comics and manga also counts as reading. Exactly, they do. Explain in your latest YouTube video that my latest YouTube video actually denies the fact that I'm a cult. We are not a cult. In case you ever change your mind, I'm always available to help. Remember my titling story? I have friends to help with some Tomahawk cruise missiles. That's crazy. That's the same thing we almost do every week, Pinky. Watch Noira streams. Aw, Saijin. I'm so lucky that making money out of my hobby of art hasn't reduced my love for it at all. Yeah, I'm so happy for people where making money out of the things that they love doesn't end up reducing their love for it. I think that's amazing. But I also do think that the general advice of don't turn something that you love doing into a business if you have a choice. That's also valid advice, because there is a high chance that you might burn out from it. It's not always, but there's a chance. It's up to you whether you're willing to try it out and take that leap of faith or not. Think of it, the Sigma male podcasters are just nerds whose fixations are on idealized image of successful people instead of fictional characters. They're not really nerds. I'd like to think that if we're talking about Sigma male podcasters, they're trying to, yeah, I guess they're nerds to a certain extent, to a fault. No, I don't know. You know what? I don't have an opinion on that. Sigma male podcasts. I was like, no, I don't. Because at the end of the day, they're like self-help, personal development people, right? And I really can't say that I'm also not for self-help and personal development, so I'm just not going to say shit about it. I do think that a lot of like Sigma male sort of mentality, hustle mentality shit is a lot of bullshit a lot of the times though, but that's my personal opinion. I do believe in the balance in life, and even if you're just living to exist and you're just killing time to die, that's okay. I believe that people, as long as they're satisfied with their current state of life, they are not obligated to change it for other people's expectations. I don't want you to lose your love for passion for VTuber since you clearly enjoy it. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know though. That's like a thought of mine. Maybe I'd come to not love it as much. Maybe I might come to still love it. I really don't know. And hey, Kurt, thank you for the 5 gifted on YouTube. Sorry, I don't know. My notifications are kind of fucked right now. But thank you so much, Kurt, for inducting 5 new titlings. Many of us, 5 of us, can we quickly welcome our 5 new titlings and say thank you to Kurt for their offering towards the shrine. And also, Bladed Joe, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I just have burnout resistance plus 100. I've been doing art for so long, and the longest time I've experienced burnout is like 2 or 3 days. I don't know if I can even call that a burnout. No, that's still a burnout, man. That's still a burnout. Can someone please explain to me this fixation with making us a cult? I don't know, guys. Explain it to Shu. Explain it, titlings. Be responsible over your own actions. But yeah, Peach Sun, I hope that keeps going on. That keeps continuing. I'm happy for anyone who's able to make a business out of what they love and they still love it at the end of the day. Had one meeting, now I'm stuck in another, but I'm muted in these meetings because Noira's yapping is more important to me. Oh my god, are you sure you shouldn't be listening to those meetings, Ghost of Mint? Oh my god. I wouldn't call Sigma male podcasters self-help. Lots of them encourage walking over others for self-gain. Oh, those Sigma male podcasters. Well, well, yeah. We are, yes, it is a lot of us here at the Deep Blue. The Deep Blue grows. I can say my stress levels are much lower with my day job to support my art than most of those people who try to make it their art, their source of income. But I'm probably a much better robot repairman than an author. Well, I mean, but I can't say anything about that. But I would say at the end of the day, it really depends on the choices you make and your preference. For example, some people are willing to give up quality of living to do the things that they love. Some people are willing to give up doing what they love so much for quality of living. So at the end of the day, it depends on what preference you have for your way of living. And I think no one is to judge for that. But I think it is wise for you to at least be aware and know of the consequences and what's at stake before jumping into a decision. One of the things I hated about startup hustle culture shit way back when is that people encouraged it way too often to just drop their job and then jump into a startup entrepreneurial business, when realistically the chances of success is very low. I hated that part of it. It's like they push forward a narrative that sounds the most extreme and most attractive, like a shonen manga, and then just perpetuate it, when honestly it's not really the one way or the best way, to be fair, to be handling your life. Like I said, what you decide to give up for your quality of life is yours to make, and none is more noble than the other. At the end of the day, it depends. Like, the kind of life you'd like to be, whether you're satisfied with your current state of life or not. Serious question, would you mind if I create R34 NSFW art of you? I don't. I've mentioned this a few times, I really don't mind. But like, you shouldn't post it on my main channels like Discord or Reddit On Discord, there's actually instructions on how you should post your NSFW, which is using, you may only post it, you can post it elsewhere, but like not on none of my main platforms except on Twitter. You can use the hashtag NoiSFW. I actually have some NSFW art, guys, that people have made, and I am also an R34, so I really don't mind. Think our cult thing started with the recent Cult of Lamb stream? Technically, no. I remember it starting before the Cult of Lamb stream. Believe in yourself and work on yourself. You can thrive without sacrificing your passions. Yeah, and that also means that you can thrive with your passions even when you still have a day job, and also the other way around. Like I always say, I think at the end of the day, how do you feel about your current state of living? If you feel shitty about it and you're curious about whether other ways are possible, then give it a shot. If you're not, then it's fine. You can keep going at what you're doing, but if you feel bored, then mayhaps give it a chance to give a change or something. Hey Noira, have you tried playing Honey, I Joined a Cult? It's like Prison Architect and RimWorld. That's a game? No, what is that? That sounds hilarious. Decatonics, I really don't mind, but just don't like push it onto me. You know what I mean? You don't have to tag me, sort of thing. You can make it, but you don't have to tag me. I can be my own sovereign spirit. That's cute, Rev. And the cult grows because I eat shit at the Cult of the Lamb. Oh yeah, Cult of the Lamb streams are fun, hey? We'll bring them back soon, don't worry. Speaking of doing what we love and keep loving it, Noira, do you think me doing some job hunting at a convention is a good idea? There's a convention soon that I want to do a job hunting at a while there. Wait, are you talking about like a nerd convention? And what job is this for? Why must inspiration be so fickle? Haven't made anything new in weeks, even though I really want to. Now, if we're talking about inspiration and where good ideas come from, I would recommend a book called Where Good Ideas Come From. But basically, the TLDR, my conclusion of how you may encourage yourself to think of good ideas and become creative is one, either there are three elements to making creative output: the input, the processing, and the output, right? So either you increase your input, meaning you might have to consume more inspiring ideas such as Pinterest, or read books, or listen to podcasts, or you increase your processing, meaning if you reckon you have like a decent amount of input already, then maybe change the way of your creative processes. If you need certain structures to help you think creatively, then maybe do that. That's what I think constitutes or can help with creative thinking. But most of the times for me, it's usually the input part, meaning you're just not consuming enough new stuff to be generating creative stuff. That's what I think. What made you decide to include Sayonara in your outro? I remember when it was first proposed, you were embarrassed about it. I don't know, I just tried it out and it was okay. Yeah, you know, I try. Sometimes even the things I'm reluctant of, I sometimes decide to give it a shot and realize it's not too bad. And then I just keep it. You call it cute. It's deep, sinister, and cool. That just makes it cuter, Rev. Make it, but don't throw it in people's faces. Ah, yeah. Should I watch ads more so you can get more money? I mean, that's one way. Although I honestly would prefer you guys have an ad-free experience. So mayhaps you either get YouTube Premium or you get subbed on Twitch. But of course, if you maybe are not willing to pay for that, then there's really no other choice other than sit through ads, no? But it's all good. You guys can watch however guys you want. However it is you guys want to watch me. I just care about giving you guys the best watching experience. That's why I multi-stream on both YouTube and Twitch, so you guys can just have be on your preferred platform. There's a defense convention. We'll start earlier, mate. You know what, Farhan? My general rule of thumb is what's the worst that could happen? And if nothing significant comes to mind, then just do it. Give it a shot. So go for it, I reckon. Irashai! Are? Zombie! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Is Pinterest fixed? Last time I used it, I keep getting AI generated animated people in tight clothing and oversaturated hue. It's not fixed, and I don't think it's ever gonna go away. I think you just have to be very wise in using Pinterest, or you can limit the results to anything before 2022. I might have to try that in coming days. Thanks for the advice, Noira. If I can succeed, then I might have something to pay you back. You don't have to, mate. But hey, if you do happen to get out of that creative block, do tell. I'd love to hear a good story. I mean, positive stuff to celebrate. What's there to not love about it, right? So no ads and support for Noira. Yeah. I mean, I have YouTube Premium, dude, because I can't stand YouTube ads. And it's understandable. It's like one of those things where, okay, I watch YouTube quite often, and YouTube has always been free, and I appreciate the existence of YouTube, and thus I should at least support the people behind it. And also, I hate ads. So it made sense for me, really, to go on YouTube Premium. There's always defense conventions. I guess I just didn't know. Wait, what? More of us? Wait, who? Where? Did I miss? Oh, shit, I just saw. Cut! Thank you for 5 gifted on YouTube. Thank you for 5 new titlings and your offering towards the shrine. Welcome, 5 new of us. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you for your contribution towards the Deep Blue. Oh my god, I missed out on chat so much. The worst I could say is we're not looking for new employees right now. Yeah, exactly. It's not as if you're gonna get booted out of the convention. You'll be fine. Yeah, thank you, Kurt, for being so generous for the Deep Blue. You want to get a little of what I've been cooking? You can check my latest post. Oh, wait, did you post it, Rev? So also, I wanted to spread the love. Oh, thank you for being so wholesome, Kurt. I swear, I have the best titlings. I have the best chat. I always say this. I feel like when I go to other VTubers' chats, I feel like it's a lot of chaos a lot of the times. But this is a preference of mine, right? Because I prefer chats that are, or conversations that are a little bit more intentional and slow-paced. That's a personal preference. It's not that their chats is like inferior to mine, no. But it's like, I go to their chats and sometimes it's a bit too much. But then look at my chats being just so fucking wholesome, and like us being able to have such discussions and thinking of starting a book club. I think I'm so appreciative of the Deep Blue and y'all's titlings in it. Thanks guys for being such a good bunch. I really do appreciate it. I don't know how else I don't know how I can ever say that enough. I'm really appreciative of what we've built here. I finished my wine. And I got wine glasses thanks to Jason BVR. So thanks, Jason BVR, once again for purchasing me wine glasses for the Deep Blue. I mean, look, the thing is, like, I know I prefer slower chats and more intentional talks and conversations, but I'm not gonna stop people from doing what they prefer doing. Like, for example, if you like to have more memes and brain rot talks, I don't think it's fair for me to bar you guys from doing that. That's why I tolerate it. I may not partake, but you know, it's okay. Wait, Cut, how are you a new member? What? How are you a new member, Kurt? One of us though, but how? Thank you so much, Kurt, for being a tidling. Thank you, member for 1 month. And can we get a very mega one of us for Kurt, please? Ah, and also a pizza. Thank you for becoming a member of the Deep Blue. Can we also get a one of us chat for pizza, both pizza and Kurt, please? Very, very lovely individuals. Thank you so much for joining the Not a Cult. Dr. Adam Who, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. We have 2 new tidlings, guys. 2 months. Oh, because like YouTube says 1 month. So I was like, that's why I was like, wait, what? You're not new, Kurt. I don't think you're a new member. But hey, one of us regardless. I found the Deep Blue around the holidays and I've stuck around since. I like it here. Thanks, guys. I like you guys being here too. Pizza, where the fuck are my sound notifications? But Pizza, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Wait, I need to figure out why my notifications are not going actually. What the hell? ちょっと待ってよ。いらっしゃいませ. Yeah, I have no idea, unfortunately. I need to figure that out. Pizza, thank you so much for the 5 gifted on YouTube. And it is 5 of us. You've inducted 5 new tilings. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for your contribution towards the shrine. Give me a sec. Oh. Sorry, I had to cough. Siegfried, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Mythos is always that one guy that yells indoctrination. It's crazy. It's like, do you know that meme where the guy just stands up and says something in the midst of a big crowd? That Renaissance painting? That's like Mythos, but he's saying indoctrination. Do you guys know the meme that I'm talking about? What's that meme called? The I have something to say meme. No, not that one. But you guys know the one that I'm talking about? The Renaissance painting? Sign Maverick, thank you for the 10 gifted on YouTube. Arigato. Thank you for 10 new tidlings, bringing in 10 new tidlings to the Deep Blue. Thank you for your contributions and your offerings towards the shrine. 10 more of us. Oh my god, we got a bunch of new tidlings today. Hey, isn't that crazy, guys? How does it feel to have more tidlings in the Deep Blue? It's about to get very cramped. Wait, I want to know how do you spell Renaissance meme? Something to say. Damn it, I don't know what that meme is called. I have no idea. But yes, time to expand the premises. So hey, I guess it is really a good chance to it really was a good moment to kind of add an additional chat room on Discord. He's a little confused me instead because I thought it was funny for Mythos. That's fair. That's fair. Norman Rockwell? Wait, Norman Rockwell? Wait, how is it? Wait, Norman Rockwell meme? Wait, that's an actual guy? That's a guy? Is that what it's called? I did not know that. Thank you. Oh, it's the Norman Rockwell painting. That's what it is. Ah, thanks. I've learned something today. My life was so serious will never come. Do you even have it activated, Ekazen? Irashai! Giga-chan! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Enjoy just to compete? Nah, Genjutsu-sama is actually a very do you know that Genjutsu-sama has like compared to me, I think his time zone is +1 or is it +2? I can't remember. I think it'd be +2 right now. So it'd be past midnight right now. Maybe it'd be too late for Genjutsu-sama to join in, you know? He'd be sleeping. Norman Rockwell is a famous painter in America. I see. I'm gonna be very honest. My memory really does not let me remember a lot of artist names and historical stuff. So I can know about it. I may have come across upon it, but there's like an 80% chance of me, or 85% of chance of me just not remembering things. That is why I constantly revisit videos of crash course videos of the Black Plague or World War II, because I keep forgetting about the details of it. This is why that even though I may be ancient and maybe I was even there during the creation of time, unfortunately I don't remember shit. So I can't tell you guys what happened. I can't tell you guys if meteors really fucked over the dinosaurs. You know, I can't really tell you guys what happened during the Stone Ages, the Meso whatever ages, because my memory does not let me. Thank you for the hydrate, Oracle. I shall drink some more water. You want to go home, Eli? How much more longer until you get to go home, Eli? I have to get going for the time being. Enjoy the rest of your yaps. I'll leave a brief teaser of my next projects with Deep Blue here. Gifts. Ooh, thank you, Ninja, and all your good work as a minstrel of tides. And have a good one, Ninja. Nerfed by goldfish brain, exactly. Imagine if... It's like how I'm nerfed by hangovers. I drink and I know things, but then my kryptonite is hangovers, right? Imagine if I didn't have hangovers. Do you know how strong I'd be? Do you know how invincible I'd be? Do you know how OP and imbalanced I'd be if I did not have a shitty memory and I drank without a hangover? Imagine. Well, I am very much balanced, unfortunately, with drawbacks. I'm imperfect, but hey, maybe that's how it should be, right? Invincible title card. Oh my god, I knew that was gonna happen. Whoa! Definitely Drewski! Thank you for becoming a titling of the Deep Blue. I just realized I haven't changed the membership names on YouTube. What the fuck? Why is it that I only realized today? And why did none of you guys tell me? It's the loyal wanderer. Anyway, definitely Drewski. Thank you for becoming our newest titling of the Deep Blue. One of us, can we get a warm welcome, please? For definitely Drewski, please. And by the way, titlings, if you are already a titling here on Twitch or YouTube, please don't forget to join either one. It'd be Discord or Reddit, because that's where the titlings gather, and there are quite some decent conversations and topics to talk about there, and you get to interact with the other titlings and see some familiar faces, and you'd also be able to get notifications of my content and stuff like that. Basically, just check it out. There's also good memes, okay? Have a good one, Shu. Thanks for dropping by. The titling mask grows ever larger, right? Who would have thought? Have a wonderful evening or day, everyone. I'm being taken to lunch. Sayonara. Aw, Kurt is so cute. Have a good lunch, Kurt. Thanks for dropping by. Take a picture of your lunch for us, Kurt, and chuck it onto Discord so we know what you had for lunch. Us titlings love being jealous over what other people have for lunch or dinner. If you check out our Discord channel, you will see just how much we drool over other people's food. Today's a bit dreadful since it's the last day of Noira's last live stream for the week. Hey, you'll still see videos of me over the weekends and everything like that. And whenever you're bored, I always have VODs that you guys can check out. I'm pretty sure none of you guys have like 100% completed all my VODs, right? Man, I hope one day that becomes an achievement. Like, you know how you get Steam achievements? 100% platinum award for watching all the VODs. No, but you know what I'm saying? There's always stuff there if you guys want to check it out. And if you miss me over the weekends, there's always stuff. I got some sick German delicacy today. Grünkohl. I'm going to look that up. Grünkohl. Curly kale? German kale and sausage. That actually sounds really good. I want German sausage. German sausage is so good, dude. Grünkohl. That looks really good. That looks like very comfy, hey? I'm jealous. I doubt people would drool over my real replacement powder. Hey, you never know. I have 100% Noira's VODs. There's no way you have. 100%ing my VODs is a lot of watch hours. There's no way you've done that, man. I don't believe you. Some gift, thanks for whoever sent it. And thanks for visiting after getting sent a gifted sub. Pasa Seva. I hope I'm saying your name right. Have a good one, Clarence. What do tidelings taste like? Salt water. Grünkohl is really nice. Yeah, I just like German sausage in general and have that over a good dunkel. Is that what you call it? Dark beer? Dunkel, right? Dunkel is so good. I enjoy having Paulaner's dunkel from time to time. Am I pronouncing it right, Rev? The meat salad thing that came from German. Have you tried that, Noira? Meat salad? What sort of meat salad? Pretty much? Ah, good to know that my German isn't that bad. Good to know that my German is somewhat decent. To the point that you can actually at least understand. Fleischsalat. Is that like a flesh salad? Fleischsalat? Fleisch. Oh wow, it's literally a meat salad. Oh wait, I actually think I've had that before. I'm not sure where, but I actually have had that before. Tamales. Tamales are good. Saying is that tidelings can be used to make sea salt ice cream. Yes, if you dry and evaporate tidelings, you can make salt that you can turn into whatever the hell you want. You can use it to dry or cure meats. You can use it for sea salt ice cream. You can use it to salt bay. Go try it out with your nearest tideling to dry out and evaporate. You know, I haven't... See, I called your cap, Mythos. I called your cap. No, I don't know German. I try though. Meat, potatoes, onions, mayo, and salt. It looks like it'd be really good with bread. Maybe I should go to Paulaner sometime soon. When I do go to Paulaner, I'll take a picture for you guys. Butcher Fleischsalat. Almost as bad as the pig that gets processed for it. Fleischsalat. How the hell am I supposed to say it? Fleischsalat. Is that how I'm supposed to say it? A little bit more angry. Fleischsalat. Kurzgesagt. See, I can say it when I want, I think. No. Kurzgesagt is very hard to say, to be fair. Kurzgesagt. I'm trying though. See, I don't sound too bad. Fleischsalat. Ah, see? That's better, right? Fleischsalat. You know, recently another thing that I have been watching is Day of the Jackal or The Jackal. And Eddie Redmayne's in it. And he speaks German. And I was so impressed by it. I thought it was like... I was like, wait, does Eddie Redmayne speak German? And then I found out that he just learnt it for the show. And apparently a lot of people Googled it as well to see whether he actually speaks German fluently. Because his German was just that good on the show. That's a very good show, by the way, guys. Day of the Jackal, or just Jackal, with Eddie Redmayne. Good show. Also, I love Eddie Redmayne. I simp for Eddie Redmayne. Salat. Fleischsalat. Dude, it's midnight and I'm saying German. I'm talking about a German meat salad and I'm saying it in a very angry way. Putang ina mo, hayop ka. Tagalog is actually relatively easier for me because I think it's similar to Indonesian. So it's kind of easier. Just like how Japanese is relatively easier for Indonesians to learn because it's similar. It's not similar, but like it's easier for people who speak Indonesian to kind of catch on. Oh, sorry. I have like a blocked nose. Oh. Sorry. Fleisch salad. Fleisch salad. Fleisch salad? Fleisch salad? I give up. Can you just give me a video on how to pronounce it? Also, Rev, I've been meaning to watch your Warhammer video, but I keep on freaking forgetting. I'm gonna put it on my to-do list tomorrow. Fleisch salad. Alamnya talaga magsalita ang Tagalog. See, my Tagalog is pretty decent. There's a reason why a lot of people actually think I'm Filipino. I think it's because when I swear in Filipino, it sounds pretty good. Putang ina mo, gago talaga. Putang ina mo, gago talaga. Seems to be going around. Might be the weather. Anyway, talking about the weather, we do actually have to call it a day. I have to wake up early tomorrow because, unfortunately, like I said, since Monday, I haven't really had a break. It's been like waking up early and immediately going straight into meetings and shit like that. So, I do have to wake up early tomorrow as well. So I can't really extend much longer. How many languages can you speak? Well, not really much. Oh, wait. I want to try that again. The S is pronounced like a Z. Fleischsalat. I think I did it. Fleischsalat. Is that correct? Fleischsalat. One day we will do a Warhammer Explained stream. Mayhaps. It's barely midnight, dude. Though it's like 1 minute to midnight, dude. The noob gets to guess Warhammer and the lore guy laughs at her. Hey, you don't get to bully the streamer. What the hell? You don't get to do that. It only goes the other way around. Good one? Nice. I know another new German word that I don't know when I will ever use. Kurz gesagt, Ohrwurm and Fleischsalat. At least moin moin I can use more often, right? The others I just mentioned, not so much. It's literally your job description. Oh, you're flaunting your mod powers now, aren't you? Don't say moin moin. Why? I think moin moin is so cute. Wait, don't people say it as moin moin? Moin moin. It's a certain dialect, I believe, or like a certain region that does that, right? Dude, my ex who spoke fluent German told me about that. He said that it's a usual thing for people to just say moin moin. Is it not? Have times changed? Yeah, moin moin means good morning. In a certain part of Germany. Man, if you say that here in Ostfriesland, you will get crucified on the spot. It's something we say in North German. Wait, in North German, do you actually say it as moin moin or just like one moin? Is it like changed times, or is it like, did my ex just like befuddle me? I actively use moin even if it's midnight. But do you say moin or moin moin? Moin moin. It was never right to begin with. Oh my god. My ex is an ex for a reason, man. Damn, did he lie to me? One usually, but they are with someone. Oh my god. He lied to me. Okay. Now I know. It's one more. I got you. Damn, the fuck? Yeah, he's an ex for a reason then. For good reason. Watching stream while about to sleep. Now I'm feeling dizzy. No, exactly. Now is a good point to stop, right? So guys, let me just say thank you so much for joining in stream right now. I really do appreciate it. I had a great time. It's always nice to hang out with titlings. Always. Thank you so much for coming to the Deep Blue. If you like the stream, I'd appreciate it if you drop a follow if you're on Twitch, or subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you would like to catch my other streams, I stream 3 times a week, same time, same days, always. You can bet on that. And unless I'm sick and stuff, of course. And that's every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's at 10 p.m. if you're in GMT plus 8, Southeast Asia, or that's at around 7 a.m. or 9 a.m. if you're in the US. That's without daylight savings. And that's at about 3 or 4 p.m. if you're in the EU. And if you guys would like to go hang out with the other titlings, since I will not be streaming over the weekends, though I will still be posting videos, of course, you can go over to Discord or Reddit. We have both sides and both serve different purposes community-wise. On Discord, you can also get like, it's basically also content hub, so you can pick your own notifications for the type of content you want from me to get notified of. And you can also talk with the other titlings. And maybe have very good discussions, or maybe brain rot discussions, whatever your preference is. On Reddit, we can have a lot of memes. You can read on lore. You can make your own lore. There's a lot of stuff. Both platforms serve different purposes. So I would suggest that if you're a titling, or if you just recently became one, you can start on Discord, and then you can check out if you want to see Reddit later on. And talking about that, if you're new here, let me reintroduce myself. I am Noira, the Sea Fox who sells escapism and daydreams. And am I missing something? Oh yeah, if you want to find out more about me, you can go on noira.me. That's a website, by the way. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Let me find someone to raid. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for reveling me with your presence for today's stream. Nobody is gonna be able to 100% my VODs. What are you talking about? That's like an impossible achievement, I think, just because of the sheer quantity of VODs that I have, and videos, by the way. So I don't think that's something that anyone can achieve. No, thank you guys for coming over. Let us raid into... Oh, wow. Ajon is streaming. I've never get to raid Ajon. I'm gonna raid into Ajon. Ajon DC is a cartoon guy and he's fucking hilarious. What the hell? I wrote it in the wrong chat. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. But Ajon is a great guy. Trust me, he's hilarious, and he's hilarious, super cute, and I love his model, and he's super mad creative. Do check him out. He's currently playing Last of Us. He's hilarious, trust me, okay? I have good taste. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being at the Deep Blue, and I'll catch you guys again next week. Find me on YouTube if you miss me, or like come over to Discord or Reddit, hey? Alright, see you everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Moin. Sayonara.